It's not that hard, to be honest with you. It just takes like over an hour to do. That's
Did
like
you do it on your main?
oh yeah.
So, oh yeah.
That's the thing, right? Like you could be sitting there on like the second last wave, and if you like lag, you're fucking just dead. You know what I mean?
Oh shit. He just like insta kills you.
Yeah, he hits for like 60s or some shit. And it's like rapid, you know?
Yeah. Like, so you gotta have like a different prayers up and shit.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
When I hit
sir.
like 70, 75 of like my combat defense, I'll probably get a membership for that game.
Weird. You're gonna be so set for fucking members, it's crazy. We're gonna get to 70, 75 and be like, fuck, dude. Fuck, dude. I should have been playing as a member a long time ago. Fuck. All that shit you're gonna be able to do.
Maybe I should just get it.
You can be able to do
I'm
basically
debating.
every quest in the game.
Really?
Pretty much.
That's how they gatekeep the quest, is through like member levels, or not member levels, but
Levels and shit.
like your overall level.
Well, it's just like you need different levels for like different quests. So like some quests you need like agility levels or whatever, right?
Mm. You've been leveling up your herb, yeah?
Oh yeah, it's important.
Is it a hard one? Is it just time consuming, really?
Hardest skill for an Ironman to level.
Because you can't just go like buy a bunch of shit.
Yeah, you gotta get the herbs yourself. You gotta like grow the herbs, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was playing
Do you have a
RuneScape.
house yet on your Iron Man?
Yeah, I got a house. Not really anything
It
in
just doesn't
there.
have all, it doesn't have all like the teleports your main one had.
No, not a chance, buddy.
I remember watching you grind. You were sitting there smacking a door for like fucking 3 days straight, leveling up your lumber skill.
Want to hear something crazy about that? Took me 60,000
Uh,
planks. I'm gonna have to get all 60,000 of those planks by myself. I have to make
how
them
hard's
all.
that? You gotta like nail them down and get wood and.
I gotta go get the wood for them. Then I gotta use a spell on them to change them. Like, buddy, it's gonna take me
Oof,
like a fucking year to get that shit done. I'm
oof.
at
Is there like a
work.
certain level you just top out at and be like, I'm good?
84, I can boost and get everything that I need. Um,
84, dude.
I've at work, bro. I've just been sitting here like AFK and excuse me, AFK and fucking, excuse me,
Okay.
teak trees for construction. Oh man, these fucking hiccups.
Dude,
Cocksuckers.
every fucking hot babe was at the gym today. It's fucking wild, bro.
You know what you gotta do? You gotta wait for one of them to start doing some like squats or something, and just be like lean underneath them and start doing like some fucking presses, and be like, "Yo, I was here first. Get your cooter in my face."
Dude, that would be
And she
so
just like
fucking
squats
funny.
right on your face, like, "Oh my god, what the fuck, perfect!" Like I was here
Just hurry and like
first,
lay under the
bitch.
bench and she's going to sit down.
Yeah, yeah. I was here first, bitch. Get the fuck out of here, you stupid slut.
At least take me to dinner first.
Yeah,
Fuck.
yeah, you fucking whore. Take me to dinner first.
I've been thinking about hitting up Tyler's fucking sister, bro. I know it's some scumbag shit, but
How's that
fuck.
scumbag shit? I'd be fucking tapping that bitch left, right, and center. Up, up. I'd see
Give
if
him
she
the
could.
wombo combo.
I'd see. If I could. I would be seeing if she could hop. She bounce,
Oh yeah, she would, bro.
and she's a
I know
bouncer.
she'd be down too. She's all flirty and shit with me, so
She's a bouncer. Do it.
she's Eskimo too. So there'd be another fucking race on the belt, you know.
Eskimo, bro.
She's like full on like Alaskan, bro. Like
Does she got the fucking face tattoos and stuff?
she's part of the water tribe, dude.
Okay, but you didn't answer the question. Does she have the face
No,
tattoos?
she has like arm tattoos, and, like a sleeve and shit.
Nah, fuck that slut. She ain't really ask. She ain't really
Hey,
asking.
Savi,
If she
Elvis,
was,
esteemed guest,
she would have some. If
a
she was
long
real
time
Eskimos,
listener,
they have like
seen you a couple
tattoos
times out in the
on their face, like for their tribe and shit. That bitch is a
They were
poser.
born in Idaho,
That bitch is a poser, bro.
probably. They
It
just
doesn't
say it
mean
for the clout. I know they get like $5,000 a month from being fucking.
doesn't
It's
mean
crazy, bro.
doesn't mean that she can't bounce on it, Jay. Get that
It's
bitch to
true.
bounce on it. For me.
At least hit it and quit it once.
At least get her to bounce on it one time for the boys. For the boys.
For the boys. Tell her RBBC.
Yeah, tell her you got that RBBC,
The
bro.
West Coast, so I'd be speaking to you. I
Okay.
have
Damn, he's got
kind of
a black cock.
He just whip out this white fucking millimeter.
It's all. No, it means I'm a bottom boy, bitch. Get to going.
Real bottom boy, get on there. Hop on, get the saddle.
Dude, I've really been enjoying Diablo 2, bro. This shit's fire.
I was really looking forward to enjoying some Battlefield with my fucking homie, but I got raped. Hi, Rocky. You want a piece of steak? Here you go, bud.
Rocky Balboa.
You're hilarious, dude. The only time you ever come upstairs when I'm home is when there's fucking steak involved. You little rat cocksucker. Here you go. Take the other piece. I knew you were coming, so I saved you a couple pieces, you little bitch.
He likes you, bro. Be nice.
He just likes my steak, bud. He don't like me. He don't like me.
My loot!
Dude,
Who the fuck's
hey,
my
go.
loot, bro?
Bedtime. It's bedtime. Get going downstairs. Go.
I'm so fucked.
Yeah, me too. Gonna roll up a
All
joint.
my loot's. You been smoking inside lately?
I am tonight.
Yeah, I feel that.
I am tonight. I'm gonna smoke some black truffle. I haven't smoked that before.
Some of that new shit you got?
Yeah. I can't believe they fucked up and sent me a fucking quarter pound, bro. For fucking $96. Part of it made me wonder if it was like a test, you know what I mean? Oh my god, these fucking hiccups are gonna kill me, man. Can I fight Hespori? Oh my god, I don't think I can. I hope all is well, Thug Duck. All is
So
well.
I'm in this friend group.
I'm
There's,
going
a bunch
to
of us. I'm really lucky to have
get
found
my
this friend.
fucking knob slobbed this
And
weekend. It's a
some
long
people who are on
weekend.
the periphery of this friend group invited their friends to kind of join us when we do
Anytime my
like, outdoor
controller dies, it makes my
activities,
Discord
go to
bug
concerts,
out, bro.
stuff like that. I
Oh,
don't
it's
particularly
fun.
like these extra friends that
Skill
we brought
issue.
in. It's this couple.
That's a problem.
They're fine. They're nice enough, but they are always belligerently drunk, constantly. Whenever I see them, it's a real.
You're quitting your
fucking
job
downer.
in October, you said?
And we've had to out,
Fucking weed
hanging
is moldy.
outside, save them from fucking
Moldy?
falling into the
Yeah.
river or some shit like that. It's
That's
always
why
a
they fucking
hassle.
gave you an
They're
answer,
always
bro.
drunk.
They need to get rid of that
They
shit.
never remember anything from when we hang out. It's kind of the worst. And so I can look
This
past
shit's
this, like, whatever
moldy,
he's
bro.
thrown,
What the fuck?
You
but I
can?
recently found out
Like in a bad way?
that
Well, there's no good
husband
mold when
in
it
the
comes to
couple
weed, numbnuts.
is an aircraft technician,
Oh.
and that he
What
supposedly
the fuck?
drinks on the job, or right before he goes on the job.
They had to get rid of that shit, bro.
This is hearsay,
Figured to
like
give it to you.
secondary. That's probably not the right usage of that word, but it's secondary information.
Okay,
if
that
I didn't
nug's
hear
not
from him
molded. That
directly,
one nug
I'm
right
not sure
there
how
is just
true it is.
cobweb.
But just
I'm not even
has me
trolling.
Fucking terrified, and
Show
also in a weird
looking.
place because I don't really know what my place in this is.
It's hard to
Someone
see.
who's,
Like, you have to.
on the periphery of them, you know.
Be there.
So
You just have to
I
see it.
am
Yeah, that's
torn because
fucking
part of me
pure
wants to
mold, bro.
tell the
That's
airline
disgusting.
and
I'm not even
What the
smoking
fuck
none of
are
this
you-
But
shit.
also, it's like I don't know for sure if
Not
that's
sell it to
happening.
somebody, no
I don't want
balls.
someone to lose their job and
Oh,
be
dude,
involved
you can
in
kill
work
someone
and
doing that. I'm
alcoholism
good.
Exactly.
because
You
they
don't
get
have
fired
Can
or
you?
something. I don't know.
What if you made it into
Uh,
like some
honestly,
butter or like
You could do that, but I don't know. Here, you want to see it full screen? I'll try it.
wax? What if you used like a hair straightener and fucking wax that shit? Burn off all the. You know what I'm saying?
You could, but it's gonna be hard.
Oh, I see that.
It's gonna be hard for the camera.
see it.
It's gonna be hard for the camera to pick up, but there's like cobwebs in there. That's how you can tell it's mold. It's a straight fucking cobweb. That's so disappointing. Cobwebs, yeah, exactly. Exactly, dude, exactly.
You're gonna have to check all of it, bro.
No, I'm not even smoking that fucking ounce, like that fucking ounce of weed. I'm not even touching it now.
Free.
I'm not even fucking touching that shit, dude.
You just opened it too. You should try returning it, bro. Tell me bought an ounce of that shit. You fucking.
Should I? They'd give me a refund too.
Just try to play it off.
I
Bro, tell me what a new ounce.
I remember when I fucking bought like 20 pounds of weed off them the one time. They sent me like 5 pounds of weed that were just like full of mold. And I was just like, yo, what the fuck is this? And I started like bitching them out, and they're like, these little Asian people, they were just like, oh, Mr. Sir, Mr. Jackie, I will give you 5 pounds for free. And I'm just like,
What they?
it better be of like the same quality and fucking price range that I want. Oh yes, yes, Mr. Jackie, yes, yes. And they send me like 5 pounds of just swag fucking bullshit. And it's like, oh, yeah.
What'd they charge you per pound? Like $800?
Yeah, like a Gino, I think it was at the time, $1,200 or something.
Just tell them you want a replacement ounce.
Dude, I'm like, dude, you fucking kidding me? They wouldn't give me a replacement ounce. I'm not smoking that bullshit though. I think you're right. I think I'm just gonna get my buddy just to fucking squish all that shit for me. That's kind of fucking.
That's the way to do.
That's kind of fucked, dude. That's kind of fucked. They package that shit in a fucking full of mold, man. Like, come on. Doesn't take a fucking genius to figure that shit out, bud.
No, they saw it 100%. They packaged that shit.
Guarantee it.
Part of it
They
is I really
shouldn't
fucking like flying.
Cure it fast enough.
I'm terrified to fly.
What they fucking need to do really is just fucking.
Should I switch airlines? Should I report him? Should I forget it and act like nothing happened?
Report him?
I could use your help.
The fuck are you
They need to just fucking get like this device that will just detect mold. You know what I mean? Like you just throw a nug in and it will fucking detect whether there's mold in the fucking bat.
Yeah, you're right. That shit would kill you. It'd give you some sort of fucking
lung disease. Fucking.
Yeah, dude.
It would you could get fucking lung infections from smoking that shit. Like, I'm actually fucking pissed at that, bro. That black truffle was like one of the strains I actually wanted to smoke super bad, dude. Because apparently it's supposed to fucking just be phenomenal, musky, delicious, skunky ass fucking weed. Instead, I got this bullshit. It's fucking moldy, bro.
Pissed. Fuck, you're getting fucked tonight. No Battlefield and no fucking good weed. Fuck. That's a double rip.
I know, dude. I'm fucking getting pissed on tonight. I'm just getting fucked. Or is it the upside down wedding cake? The upside down wedding cake, bro, is actually still my favorite.
Call it in. Call it in. And maybe we'll bleep the airline so we don't get sued.
That's actually really true. Thank you, Elvis.
Call it in.
Bleep the airline. Yeah. I mean, this is fucking crazy. This is the most I'm a coward and I'm finding a different thing to pretend I'm mad at. You're mad him and his drunk, dumb wife have fucked up 4 hikes and 3 concerts for you. You don't give a fuck that he's that you have secondhand information that he's that he's drinks on the job. And look, you sound like a good person. I get that. Part of it probably is you're a little worried about this, but you also don't have any proof, right? For you to immediately go to snitching means you hate this guy. This is like when when you hate somebody, when you've secretly been hating someone,
you're looking for any little excuse.
And then you wait for someone to talk shit on them, and then once they talk shit, it's like you fire up the group chat, right? This is his like. I can't say I don't like their vibes, but now I can pretend I'm morally offended that I heard a rumor he drinks on the job. You know what I mean?
Dude, look, you either gotta go one way or the other here. You either stop hanging out with these people and find different friends, just get out of the circle completely, or man up, fucking drug his drink, put cocaine in his beer. Obviously, he's gonna drink or whatever in front of you.
Sure.
Put some
Some
drugs
good
in
old
there, call
cocaine.
bleep on him, and like, yeah, look, I'll watch them do heroin and fucking get rid of him. Either you get out or man up and get the fucking rid of this guy, bro.
Okay, let's go do
there
some
is
Hueycoatl,
something to
gentlemen.
this general dynamic though of like this.
Yeah, bro. I'll let you watch your fucking video for the night, eh?
Friends are doing a
Yeah, fuck, I'm
hostile
sorry,
takeover
Jay.
of your friend.
No, you're good, bro.
You know, like
It's just
you know when
unfortunate.
There's like
Not how
5 or
many
6
night was
people that always
planning to
hang out
go.
together.
Yeah.
And
I was
then
planning to
it's
come
great
home,
when
smoke
somebody
a
gets
fat
added
joint
in
and some fucking black truffle, play some fucking Battlefield with you. Like, now I can't even smoke a fucking joint of black truffle, and I can't even play Battlefield. Like, what the fuck?
That's terrible, bro.
I'm fucking pissed.
Please. At least you got old reliable, bro. You know,
I'm fucking pissed. Bro.
escape.
I'm fucking pissed, man.
So imagine someone goes and kills you in the wild. Do they get all your loot still, even though you're a Ironman?
Yep.
So that's how you'd give me shit, bro. You just give me what you want to give me, and then I go kill you in the
I
fucking
am
wild.
not giving you a fucking thing on this account, bud. Everything
Just give me your
everything I got on
dual
this
hit
account,
it.
everything I got on this account, I had to go grind for it. So if you want something, fucking, you better start sucking my cock with a vigorous motion.
1v1 me in the wild, motherfucker.
I'll 1v1 you in the wild. I'll fucking ape your ass in the wild there, son. You gotta skull up. You gotta skull up, and I'll skull up. I'll just
That just mean like you're hostile?
I'll just sit there and lure you to fucking multi, and I'll just come in with my other account and fucking kill you.
That's fucked up, bro. You're maxed out, fucking.
Hey, my max account. I'll just swoop in there and fucking kill your ass real quick with that, and then run away. It's big. Oh, you're dead. Thanks for the free loot, chum.
So if we both had rune skimmies, we both can only hit for the same number.
No, it's all based off of strength and shit. Eventually, it will max out, right? But it's
Yeah.
yeah. Fuck. I'm fucking pissed, bro.
So if you have one account and another account, you have to pay for a membership twice.
Oh yeah, they're fucking scumbags. Like
That's
that.
crazy.
They're
That's
fuck-
crazy.
They're fucking scum, bro. You want to hear some bullshit? They fucking perma-muted my one account, and I fucking changed my credit card, and like I canceled my membership. But these motherfuckers re-signed me up for another month's membership, even though I fucking canceled that shit.
That's stupid, bro.
I literally
They just already had you fucking locked.
You can go and check it. Like I could go check it right now. My membership's canceled, but for some reason it renewed automatically. I was like, what? Shouldn't be doing
Like,
that.
come on, guys.
You're fucking me. Like I can't even talk on that account. Why the fuck would I want to use it? You know what I mean?
No, you're fucked. They gypped the shit out of you on that one, bro.
Cheers.
Cheers, bro. Smoke a doobie and puff.
I gotta make some moths here real quick. So when are you becoming a stoner again, Mr. Stoneski?
Dude, that'd be lit, huh? I'd suck ass at video games for like a month or two.
Yeah,
I would too.
I suck ass at video games regardless.
You can still beat Hueycoatl all bullets out of your mind, though, so. That's what matters, eh?
X. God damn it.
Honestly, if I had a bull sitting right here, I'd hit it, bro. I'll put it to you that way. It's like nothing holding me back to it, you know?
Nothing
Or
holding
from
me
it.
back. Nothing holding me back except this bag of crack.
vibe with everybody. That's actually fun. I've been really lucky that a lot of my friends from my life, you know.
I don't know, with all my close friends
you know,
that like I used to
we've
do
met-
it with in fucking jail or prison, it just kind of opens your eyes, you know?
Yeah, you're the last one. Last one remaining, Jim.
Yeah, and it's just kind of a good thing I got out of that rabbit hole, or I'd be in their same position, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I hear you,
Living
man.
in a
I'm in
fucking
the same.
trap house, and
I'm in the same boat. My one buddy just got fucking murdered the other week. Got shot to death.
murdered for real.
Yeah, he fucking went and sold a bunch of fucking crack, and then the black guy that he sold the crack to chased him down and shot him 6 times.
Yeah, that's some fucking insane shit, really. The fuck is wrong with this world, bro? Is a black dude in jail?
Yeah, he just got arrested the other day. 2 people.
So like he planned on shooting him the whole time, or did he sell him like punk shit, or?
No, he planned on robbing him because Buddy owed him a bunch of money, so he was just gonna go fucking. He's like, yo, bro, I need an ounce of some coke, bro. Fucking homeboy goes and sees him, gives it to him, and then he's like, yeah, I'll pay it back later. And they just chased him down in the car and just fucking blew him away.
That's next level insane, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you. You knew
a lot
dude
of our
pretty well,
friend
too?
groups and like I've been
My whole
it's been
life.
awesome, and then sometimes you bring somebody along and you're like, you know what,
Yeah, my whole life.
the vibes aren't exactly right, we're gonna keep them over here, you know what I mean?
His
It's
family is like
but
Jewish and
it's
rich as
awesome
fuck.
when
Like
friend
rich,
groups, especially as you grow older and it's kind of harder to make friends. If somebody picks up, if one of your boys picks up a friend and they're actually cool and they get in the mix and you like them, and now it's like this group that's known, you know, it's almost like circles on a tree where it's like it starts with 4 people, then it's 6, then it's, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's cool when it works,
Yeah.
but also it doesn't work a lot of the time, right? Like
Yeah.
I'm sure you've been.
Just got caught up
I'm
in the
sure,
crack
like, you had
game,
a
eh?
friend who's like talked
Yep.
up somebody and they're like.
He's
"Dude,
also fucking
you're gonna
around a
love
bunch
my
of people.
boy."
Like he would fucking, like the guy that got shot definitely did fuck around a lot. So it's like, you know, there's a code to the game and you gotta abide by it, or else you're gonna fucking, you know, end up like homeboy.
Well, one is you don't take fronts. Some people just don't understand that one.
Yep. You think a crackhead paying you back? Shit, forget it.
Oh no, they'll come for your fucking family, bro. You can't get money from a dead guy, you know?
Mike, this guy's the fucking man, and then
And
you
then
meet
Mike's
him.
like a piece of shit.
All right,
Fucking
Jayski,
sucks.
I'm out of here.
Well,
And now
Mike's
you're
like eating
Yeah, bro.
ass in front of
GG's.
everybody.
Sorry about
Okay.
that.
So I'm playing with
Mike's on some freak shit.
It's fun playing with
Yeah,
it. This
tomorrow.
fucking guy.
Tomorrow,
He doesn't have to commit assault. Or
You
have a good one,
kind
eh?
of-
He's getting 3 sex workers at a time without telling anyone.
Come
this
on,
fucking
guys.
guy.
Let's
Fun
cheat on
playing
our
with you.
wives with whores. You're like, I don't know about this,
Yeah,
man.
you definitely gotta like you said, change it, mess it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so,
Find your
like,
place.
This is it is an interesting topic of discussion. Like, what do you do? Like, let's take this drunk shit aside, right? You don't give a fuck about that. You're not snitching. Okay, first of all, if you really, really care, you need absolute proof, not just somebody else who also hates this guy talking about it. More important is like, who told you this? Because politically within the friend group, this might be where you can start a faction to get him out. It's not important that you hear this rumor. The fact that somebody's spreading this rumor means he also hates this person.
I feel like this guy's girlfriend told him.
Yeah, it might be his girlfriend. But if there are other people within the group, like, you need to do a census of, you know, you need to like really get in here with the rest of the group and be like, I mean, the fact you have to, maybe this person is just nice, actually. He sounds like a nice guy, actually. And he doesn't think in this conniving Machiavellian way about his friends the way I do. I have a problem where I am, you know, I do think of the dynamics and like, how are we going to get this piece of shit out of here? But you need to start thinking that way. Because this guy clearly has been fucking up your friend group. Or the opposite is just like, or if you want to be an adult about it, you can just have a conversation with your friends.
What I suggest too is like, ask the dude himself. Be like, hey, bro, are you drinking on the job? And if he's like, yeah, just be like, don't do that. Fucking chill out. You know what I mean?
That is interesting, though, because, again, I'm just like, he's not wrong, but it's like, what the fuck do you care? I don't know, dude.
You could be friends with this guy. What if you could be the guy who really fixes this guy up, like, or at least helps him in this fucking part of his life?
You could look at it as like, do you have a drinking problem?
Yeah, you could just be like, hey, bro, fucking knock that shit off,
this
man.
guy though.
Why? What's not to like? The guy fucking, he's obviously in a fucking good relationship. He's a pilot. You know what I mean?
He's not a pilot. He's a fucking
Technician.
Technician.
Oh, he's a technician?
Yeah.
All right, he's a guy's a technician. You know, like, this guy, I'll be friends with this guy.
I don't know, man. I get where he's coming from, being annoyed at somebody break. What you're really, really annoyed at is somebody bringing people into the friend group that you don't like. That's really the crux of the matter here. And how you deal with that is either talk to your friend about it, or if you want to be Machiavellian, see who feels this way about them. And then, look, at the end of the day, you don't have to hang out with people you don't like, but also snitching is kind of insane. I don't know. Or even confronting him about a room. What if you're wrong? What if just somebody made that up because this guy gets drunk at a fucking concert that, like, people are like, oh, he drinks on the job too. And then you're like, do you drink on the job? He's like, what are you talking? Imagine somebody telling that to you and you don't. And you'd be like, what? What the fuck are you talking about? Man, that's a weird overstep to somebody that you tolerate socially. You were going to say something else. Did you have anything?
I was going to say, I agree with you that it's like kind of none of your business. Like, you have to make sure the source is good. When he did mention the airline though, that made it a lot more real for me, where it's like, I do fly them a good amount. That's kind of weird. But at the same time, you never know like how many pilots or
he also
aircraft
doesn't
techs
know
out there.
this though. We're talking. If it was stone cold fact.
Yeah.
Even then, I would be like, yeah, I don't like. If you had proof and you are like the kind of person who sees this as like a public good. Okay, maybe. Or you confront the guy and be like, hey, man, you should get your drinking under control. This is unsafe, right? I guess, because there's different levels, right? This is somewhere between, like, fucking, like, guy at a convenience store who goes to work drunk, don't care at all. Get as fucked up as you want, doesn't matter at all. And then on the other end, it's like school bus driver, right? It's like, you have to stop that immediately. Airline technician, which what does that even fucking mean, is somewhere in the middle for me, right? Where, and so my larger point is, he clearly is pissed that this guy's in the friend group. That's his actual problem. And you either bring it up with your friend and talk about it, talk it with your other friends, or, this guy, it might just sting that your friend likes these people more than you, and you're like, I don't really want to hang out with them. It might just fuck up the whole vibes of the thing. But he's just looking for an out where it's there's some other reason that this guy's not in the friend group. Unless his point is, look, I've made peace with this guy being in the friend group. He can still, even after he gets fired from the airline, he is going to hang out, and I'm okay with that. It's just a public safety thing. And if that's the case, then you have to become a fucking private eye or some shit and find actual proof that he's doing it. But
Bro, just make more friends, bro.
I say make more friends, yeah. Find
people that are more like you that don't get too drunk, I guess.
Yeah.
Personally, I want to hang out with airline guy.
You don't know if that, man.
That guy kicks ass.
You don't know if that's true. The older I get, the more I'm like, oh, people who love getting fucked up. It's like, Jesus, in your 30s, man. Again, being like, I like to get just fucking blackout. It's like, we're not 20. We're not in our 20s.
I know I'm a shitty friend because I like hanging out with those people for the entertainment of it. But, like, yeah, that guy was falling down the river. I probably wouldn't, like, ask myself to catch him.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd just be like,
especially
that guy was entertaining while he lasted.
Yeah, well, there goes that guy. I'm wearing my favorite cargo shorts. I can't get in the river.
Bro, I can't believe how fucked that I got. Like,
Call work 1. County Sheriff's Office.
I got a dead body out here at Lake Cooper.
What?
Yeah, this is going to be the one he's looking for.
What the officer just alluded to was the discovery of 49-year-old Manuela Allen's body dead
Manuela.
at the Lake Cooper State Park in Texas. At the time of
Jokes.
this discovery, her husband, 55-year-old Peter Allen, was back at the station being interrogated by detectives.
I mean, it could be somebody in the household. It could be you. It could be, you know.
And I'll be honest with you, Peter, and we've been sitting here for probably 4 or 5 hours right now talking. I think there's more to it than what you're telling me.
I'm innocent, and I know it. I did not harm my wife.
Clearly, Peter is quickly being thrusted into the position of prime suspect. But is this just a case of tunnel vision, or did Peter really assassinate his wife of 23 years? In order to answer that question, we need to go back to the early morning hours of July 7th, 2019, when an officer was dispatched to the Allen household following a frantic 911 call from Peter. The officer was met by Peter on the driveway. Peter was clearly still distraught about the discovery he just made.
Morning, Mr. Allen. What's going on this morning? I have no idea. My wife's gone.
Peter.
Her car is gone. My daughter comes and says, "Hey, Dad, where's Mom?" And I go, "Well, I guess in the room sleeping." And she goes, "Well, no, the door's locked." I slept on the couch. The car's gone, so she goes through there and unlocks it. She comes up and says, "Dad, there's blood all over the place." Okay. And I have no idea. You have your ID with you, Mr. Allen? Yeah.
Peter led the officer to the master bedroom. It was a bloodbath.
Okay, go ahead and step out here. Go ahead and come out here. Usually your keys are hanging right there. Okay, let's go ahead and go out to the living room. You say you looked in the garage and the car's gone. Well, the car would be parked right in front, yeah.
After doing a quick scan of the scene, the officer went back to his cruiser and provided dispatch with a description of Manu's missing vehicle.
Shows to be a white Arcadia. Pass the information along for our officers to look for it.
Dispatch relayed this information to all law enforcement on duty and directed Sergeant Dan Burbeck to accompany the officer at the scene.
This is him.
Burbeck.
They tenaciously tried to get a hold of Manu, but their calls
Tenacious
weren't
D.
going through, so they wondered if they could pinpoint her cell phone's last known location.
Hey, can you ping a phone?
They also contacted both of the hospitals in Olney to see if Manu was a patient at one of them, but neither of them had a record of her being there. With Manu missing and her room painted with blood, Burbeck declared the Allen household a crime scene. Peter and his kids, Kiara and Darian, were told to step outside.
I need y'all to go ahead and step out here on the porch. Just have a seat. Mom, your mom's missing, okay?
We're already attempting to locate her. So I checked both hospitals here. I didn't find anything. If you'll stay here, I'm going to just kind of walk around.
Sergeant Burbeck went back inside while the officer stayed on the porch with the family. He used this opportunity to begin building a rough timeline.
When was the last time you saw her?
Last night, probably about 9 o'clock.
Yesterday evening, Manu gave Peter a goodnight kiss and went to bed. Peter ended up falling asleep on the living room couch. He said that he didn't hear anything suspicious all night. After waking up and discovering the blood, they realized that Manu was also missing, so they went directly to the hospital to see if she had already gone there. When they couldn't find her, they went back home and dialed 911. The officer found this part of the story suspicious. Why wouldn't they call 911 immediately after discovering the blood? It was also strange that Peter was showing little emotion despite these concerning circumstances. While the officer continued to gather basic information from the family, Sergeant Burbeck was inside the home, inspecting the blood evidence. He peered into the kitchen and noticed 2 bloody footprints. One of the footprints had a distinct pattern in the center, likely from a therapeutic sock. There was also a bloody handprint on the kitchen door frame. The trail of blood led Burbeck across the hall and into the master bedroom. The bedroom and closet doors were covered with blood, and several more handprints were smeared across them. There was also a large pool of blood at the foot of the bed, and a pocket knife on the floor beside it. Strangely, Manu's blanket and bedsheet were missing, but the
his
puzzle
work,
began to
I
fall into
mean,
place as Burbeck made his way through the
his
laundry
work,
room
man.
and into the garage.
Fucking, I
The
gotta
streak
deal
of
with a
blood
bunch of
ran
fucking
across the
immigrants that
floor
can't
and
speak
out the
English.
back door, as if a body
Not my
had been
ideal
dragged
situation to be
inside.
in, you know
The
what I
trail
mean?
continued to the side of the garage and stopped near a set of tire tracks which extended to the driveway. potentially indicating that a body was loaded into a vehicle which was parked on the grass. Manu kept her car keys hanging on a hook on the kitchen wall. Since the trail of bloody footprints led directly to the keys, the detective
Not my
believed
ideal
that the
scenario.
perpetrator had
Gay as
previously
fuck,
been
Nate.
inside the household
Yep.
and already knew where to find them. Sergeant Burbeck returned
I
to
mean,
the front
good news
porch
was
and
I had the
pulled
easiest
officer
job
away
there
from the family to share his
tonight.
troubling observations.
Bad news means I won't have the easiest job for the rest of the week. You know what I'm saying?
Along the side of the house here, like somebody pulled around and loaded her in. There are drag marks through the garage where she was drugged out the back door.
The officer told Burbeck that despite the clear struggle that had taken place, Peter supposedly didn't hear anything throughout the night. This, along with his strangely calm behavior, raised
Bro, I was
some red
watching this.
flags for the officers.
He's probably going to be our number one suspect.
They reconvened with the family and made it clear that they believed foul play was involved.
I'm going to tell you, if something sinister happened and there's somebody involved in it.
Just in case any of the family members were responsible for Manu's disappearance, the officers wanted to question each person separately. So, after securing the scene, they brought Peter, Kiara, and Darian down to the station while the officers got in touch with Peter and Manu's other children, Melanie and William. But rather than questioning them themselves, Burbeck asked the Texas Rangers to assist in the investigation. Ranger Michael Schraub was put in charge of the case.
Michael
His
Schraub.
first order of business
I'm a
was
cowboy.
instructing several other rangers to help process the crime scene. He also requested that the neighboring counties help locate Manu's vehicle. Meanwhile, he went to the Young County Sheriff's Office to interview Manu's family. First up was their number one suspect, Peter.
I don't know.
Peter.
If somebody came in,
Beer, my boy.
I'll tell you that. She's tough.
Peter tried to brainstorm what exactly had happened to Manu. He seemed to believe that she had survived the attack and spread her blood around afterwards.
Where there was blood, it looked like there was a violent attack, is what it looked like to me.
Yeah.
But then if she bled that much, she
I
could
do
have been
love beer.
silly for not having blood. And then what was like something and wiped it on the door. But none of that
Definitely
makes sense to
sounds
me,
like
'cause then why would she? There's blood on the outside of the door. And then a little blood in the hallway. I don't know. Nothing makes sense to me.
Considering the sheer amount of blood at the scene, it was obvious that
Hey.
Manu had not survived the initial attack. Either Peter was in denial about this, or he was intentionally playing dumb. The detective wanted to know if Peter had a motive to kill Manu.
Was she involved with anybody else? Did you suspect that? Or were you involved with anybody else? Did you suspect? Just something like
My
that.
wife is a Roman, old school Roman Catholic.
Okay.
From Germany, in Bavaria. That's where we just were for the 3rd week. Goes to church every Sunday.
Hey.
Okay. I mean, I'm a man, so I'm a dog. I look, but I don't touch. I'm married. No.
Peter was adamant that his relationship with Manu was solid, but he also said that he had slept on the living room couch all night. The detective wondered if sleeping on the couch indicated that the two had been fighting.
What led to you sleeping on the couch last night? Somebody told me that you had said that y'all had some type of disagreement or whatever last night. No? Is that normal that you sleep on the couch?
Okay. If you ask my kids, they'll tell you I sleep on the couch all the time. But 1, my snores really loud. 2, I snore really loud. 3, I had a few drinks last night, and me and my wife had an agreement. If I have even one drink, I sleep on the couch.
While this was a convenient explanation for Peter, the detective still couldn't understand how he didn't hear the struggle that was taking place right down the hall. The detective didn't want to make it obvious that he was suspicious of Peter, so he shifted the conversation to
how
Manu's
is it not
relationship with
obvious?
the kids.
Any particular conflict with any of the kids? Or,
Me, my children?
yeah, your children?
My children would never touch my wife. Okay. And my wife, she can beat somebody. She really. If somebody came in, I don't know what happened, but if somebody came in,
I fucking just ran away too early.
Peter claimed that nobody in the house would have done this. The only other person who might have known where the keys were was Melanie's ex-boyfriend, Julius.
he got mad at my
Julio.
daughters and they were breaking up. So I'm not saying he's suspect. I'm saying that you know.
Although this was useful information, Ranger Schraub didn't want to direct his focus away from the family. He made it clear that everybody that was inside the house at the time of the murder was still a suspect.
I mean, it could be somebody in the household. It could be you. It could be,
I know you had to keep everybody open as a suspect. I understand you gotta do what you gotta do. You understand, you find a person, I'm gonna do what I gotta do.
I'll be honest with you, it sounds like it's somebody that had some type of relationship or something with her. And I'm sure it kind of, you can see that. I'm
How,
sure,
bro?
to a certain extent,
That was like,
especially
I
since
swear
you
to
did
God,
pick
that
up
was
right
perfect
there
on
in the
that.
middle
There's no fucking shot
of it. If
on
there's a
it.
struggle.
There ain't no way, Jose.
The struggles can be quiet, just a long way from the front of the house to the back of the house.
Yeah. I don't see any scratch marks on your arms or on your face or anything. You don't have anything on your chest or anything like that, do you?
No. If it was a fist fight with my wife, there'd be bruises, trust me.
While this interview was taking place, an officer with the Archer County Sheriff's Office was looking for Manu at the Lake Cooper State Park when he saw her vehicle, abandoned in the middle of a field.
This vehicle is going to be unoccupied, and looks like it's
Bruh,
wrecked out.
suck my
It seemed
fucking
that the
chode.
vehicle had gotten stuck while
There ain't no
driving over
way.
a small hill, and the bumper plate had fallen off in the process. Upon closer inspection, the officer saw traces of blood all over it.
28 is going to be Texas, Lincoln, Sam, Victor.
With the help of dispatch, the officer was able to confirm that this was in fact Manu's vehicle. So, he began searching the surrounding area for Manu. He walked towards the fence line, and when he turned to his left, he saw a white cloth in the distance. The cloth was partially hidden under some plants, but as the officer got closer, he realized that the cloth was actually a blood-soaked sheet. A body was wrapped inside of it. With a sigh of defeat, the officer walked back to his cruiser to inform dispatch and the other investigators about his discovery.
I got a dead body out here at Lake Cooper.
Say a command or say help.
Call work 1.
Archer County Sheriff's Office.
Hey, this is going to be the one he's looking for.
What?
Yeah.
After receiving the news, Sergeant Burbeck, along with a team of Texas Rangers, drove to Lake Cooper to process the scene.
We have a whole crime scene back there at the house.
The sheets that Manu was wrapped in were the missing blankets from her room. Her injuries can be aptly described with 2 words: complete overkill. She had dozens of stab wounds all over her body, mostly concentrated on the back of her head. Also, her neck had been broken by strangulation, and she was shot in the face. The presence
Damn,
of a
what
bullet
the
casing
fuck?
at the scene indicated that Manu was shot after she was already dead.
Yo, what
based
the
on her
fuck?
injuries,
That's
this
crazy. That
appeared
bitch
to be
suffered, man.
unfiltered emotional killing. Thankfully, the investigators found several clues pointing to who the killer might be. For starters, there were several bloody fingerprints on the vehicle. There was
gee.
also a distinct footprint in the mud next to the driver's side door. The pattern was from an Air Jordan Legacy shoe. Additionally, there were several bicycle tracks in the mud. Since it was a recreational area, it wasn't unusual to see bike tracks, but it was also possible that the killer fled the scene on a bike. The investigators wondered if anybody had witnessed this, and in a stroke of luck, they ran into someone who might have. An oil field worker just down the road from the crime scene said that early in the morning he saw someone riding a bike towards Olney, wearing a gray sweater, black pants, and a backpack. A team of investigators headed in the same direction to see if there were any nearby surveillance cameras. Back at the station, as Ranger
Hakuna
Schraub
Matata.
interrogated
What a
Peter, he
wonderful
received a
friend.
message asking him to step out of the room for a moment.
I'll go get you a bottle of water because I know you're about to be getting thirsty.
Ooh,
He was
bottle
pulled
of
aside
water
and
sounds good
advised
right
that
now.
Manu's body had been found. When Schraub went back to the interrogation room, he gauged Peter's reaction as he broke the tragic news.
They have found her vehicle.
Where?
It's in the neighboring county, and there's a body next to it.
A dead body?
Yeah, but we haven't confirmed 100% that it's her, but considering the circumstances, we believe it is.
Okay, he's definitely guilty.
We have people, I think there's going to be a criminal investigation.
Yeah.
Like,
We're on, so your house is going to be part of the crime scene.
Peter seemed genuinely heartbroken, struggling to hold back his tears. The detective offered to tell the kids as well, but Peter was insistent that he do it himself.
So, okay, I respect that.
Maybe cry, but I got to man up.
There's nothing wrong in this situation.
Peter and Manu's kids, Kiara, Darian, William, and Melanie, were all at the station at this point waiting to be interviewed. They all hugged their dad as he broke the news to them.
Nobody broke into the house.
As the family held each other, Kiara collapsed to the floor. The rest of the kids sat and grieved with her, except for Darian, who sat against the wall away from everybody. Although everybody grieves in their own way, the detectives found it strange that Darian would disconnect himself from the rest of the family during such a traumatic moment. After giving everybody some time to process their loss, the detective made sure Darian was the next person to be questioned.
What's next?
Right off the bat, the detective noticed that Darian's legs were shaking. He also noticed a blister on Darian's hand. He wondered if this injury could have been from a repetitive stabbing motion while attacking Manu. Schraub asked Darian to describe last night from his perspective. Darian said that he arrived home from a friend's house around 11:30 p.m. and went straight to bed. However, he struggled to fall asleep, so he ended up playing video games most of the night with his headphones on.
Relatable.
Other than some rustling in the kitchen sometime after 3 a.m., which he assumed was his dad getting himself a snack. Darian didn't hear anything for the rest of the night. The detective wanted to know if there was any tension between Darian and his mom, possibly surrounding his late-night gaming sessions or his unemployed status.
Was she on to you about getting a job, or was it just...
No, she was just helping me out. We kind of had a little disagreement because I don't want to go to college, but she wants.
Fucking cocksucker.
The detective then
dude.
inquired about the blister on Darian's hand.
What'd you do to your hand up there? Blister.
Mowing the yard.
Schraub had his suspicions about Darian's claims, but at this point, there was no evidence to refute them. Before he wrapped up the interview, he decided to throw a Hail Mary and ask Darian directly if he was involved.
Do you have anything to do with your mother's? Yeah, do you know who did?
Darian was told to sit in the waiting room while Schraub moved on to interview the other family members.
Who do you think it was, chat? I think it was the
detective had
son.
Kiara describe the night from her perspective as well. She said that she spent yesterday evening at her boyfriend's house and arrived home around the
Actually,
same
no,
time
I
as
think it was
Darian.
the dad.
I got home at like 11:50.
Okay.
Gotta be the dad.
11:50 or so, you were home. Who was at home when you got home?
My dad was there, and my mom was in her room.
Did you see both of them?
I just saw my dad.
Since they keep the doors locked at night, Peter had to let Kiara in. She went straight to her room and fell asleep while FaceTiming her boyfriend with her earbuds in.
I woke up at 8:45, and I just got ready to go to the gym, and I went to go put my clothes in the washing machine, and I go to my mom's room, because I have to go there to get to it, and the door was locked when I tried to go in there, and I mean, usually it's not locked. So I went, asked my dad where she was, and he looked really confused, and he just told me to go check around through the garage.
After going through the garage, Kiara saw her mom's blood-stained room. But rather than getting help right away, she started inspecting the room, looking for answers as to what had happened.
I picked up a pocket knife on the ground to see if there was blood on it.
To Kiara, this seemed like a reasonable decision at the time, since she wanted to know if her mother had been stabbed. But picking up the knife at a potential murder scene can easily compromise the investigation. Maybe she had actually stabbed her mother and was now lying to explain her fingerprints on the knife. Also, Kiara's room was on the opposite side of the master bedroom wall. Were her earbuds really so soundproofed that she didn't hear any commotion from the master bedroom? But just like Darian, there wasn't enough evidence to refute any of Kiara's claims. Melanie and William were also questioned, but there weren't any major revelations during their interviews.
If I told you that I suspected it was somebody close to the family, who would you think that might be responsible for it?
Honestly, I have no idea, because everyone else loves my parents.
Any idea who may be responsible for this?
I don't know. I don't know anyone who want to hurt him.
Okay.
Once all of the interviews were finished, the Allen family was free to leave, but since their house was still considered a crime scene, they stayed at a friend's Airbnb for the time being. The investigators were able to obtain surveillance footage from a bank that is located on West Main Street, the primary road that leads in and out of Olney. At exactly 6:31 a.m., someone was captured riding a bicycle into Olney, away from Lake Cooper, where Manu's body was found. This individual
That's gotta
matched
be
the
the guy.
description that
That's
the
gotta
oil
be the
field worker
fucking.
provided.
That looks like
a
the
gray
kid.
sweater, black pants, and
That looks
a
like the kid.
backpack. But unfortunately,
Darian or
the
whatever.
suspect's face wasn't in clear view. One thing was certain. This person's stature did not match number one suspect Peter. Also, none of the bikes in the Allen's garage matched the tracks that were in the mud, so it was unlikely that the person in the video was one of the Allens. However, the investigators found another item in the Allen household that was extremely damning for Peter. In the master bedroom, they found a compression sock covered in blood. The pattern on the bottom of the sock matched the bloody footprint in the kitchen. Peter was asked to come back to the police station where Texas Ranger Jason Shea conducted another interview. Ranger Shea started off by asking Peter how he was holding up. He said that things had been hard and became overwhelmed with emotions.
You need some Kleenex? You good?
I've been crying for 5 days. Sometimes it's a little more. Sometimes I cry, sometimes I feel pissed. Sometimes I'm so outraged. I want to cry. Honestly, I want them dead.
Before confronting Peter, they spent a large portion of the interview going over his story again.
When was the last time you saw your wife?
Well, I lay down and sleep that night. One drink during the day, I slept on the couch. And I said, well, just go around through the garage. We all asked to the emergency room with Oldie.
For the most part, Peter's story was consistent with the statements he made in the last interview, but there were some crucial new details. Apparently, he did hear some noises that night. Around 5 a.m., he heard Manu's vehicle starting up.
I heard it start go, and then all of a sudden I didn't hear anything. I was thinking maybe my wife went to Allsup's to get them coffee or something. I don't know.
Does she usually get up at 5 and go get coffee?
Every once in a while she would get up and go get milk, but that didn't make sense because we had just been shopping the day before.
Right.
None of this makes sense to me. None of it.
He also heard something within the house earlier that night, but didn't think much of it at the time.
I thought it was my son coming down from upstairs, and that was it. And I'm like, whatever, that's gotta be Darian.
After several hours of letting Peter talk, Ranger Shea relentlessly called him out on how ridiculous his story sounded.
And I'll be honest with you, Peter, and we've been sitting here for probably 4 or 5 hours right now talking. I think there's more to it than what you're telling me. Just listen to me. You knew whoever left that blood was not alive because that is too much blood. You knew that too because of your training.
I didn't know that too. I thought my wife was hurt. I was hoping and praying she was hurt. Nobody wants to think that your wife has been murdered in their house while they sit in the living room. What kind of a man do you think it makes me feel like knowing that I was sitting in there while some was in there killing my wife?
People don't go straight in the house and know exactly where your keys are at to take the keys either.
I know, that doesn't make sense either.
He confronted Peter about the footprint in the kitchen, explaining that he was the only one that could have done this.
The person who did this did not break into your house and put on your socks and kill your wife.
You're wearing my socks. It makes no sense.
It didn't make any sense. They sneak into your room, put on your socks, kill your wife, go get the keys where nobody knew except for you and your kids, and leave without anybody hearing it. It makes no sense at all. It doesn't happen. Hey, Peter?
I did not. I cannot explain this. I don't know what happened.
Why would somebody put on your socks and kill your wife?
I have no idea. I did not harm my wife.
When this thing comes to a head and a jury believes you stabbed your wife 46 times, they're going to put you in the electric chair.
I did not do it. I'm innocent and I know it. And my kids know it. If I lose, I lose. I lose my kids lose their father, but at least I go down knowing that I didn't do this and had nothing to do with this.
It was clear that Peter wasn't going to confess anytime soon. Since all of the evidence linking him to the crime thus far was circumstantial, Peter was free to leave. The investigators believed that it was only a matter of time before Peter would be back at the station in cuffs. By this point in the investigation, the Allen household was no longer needed, so the Allen family was allowed to go back home. Peter's good friend, Verl Wolverton, drove from Arkansas to Texas.
Looks like an
to
older
support
version
the
of Jonah
family
Hill.
through this
Like,
hard
what the
time.
fuck?
Even he found it strange that Peter didn't hear Manu being
Oh, man.
attacked. So he decided to do an experiment with Darian. Darian went into the master bedroom and screamed as loud as he could while Verl sat on the living room couch. Verl couldn't hear anything. He and Darian swapped places, and Darian could hardly hear anything as well. They took this information straight to the investigators. The investigators weren't fully convinced that Peter was innocent, but they didn't want to get tunnel vision, so they decided to look into some other possibilities. Although there were no signs of a forced entry, perhaps this really was a burglary gone wrong. After all, it was well known in the community that Peter was an avid gun collector, and there was another gun burglary in Olney just a month prior. One of the main suspects in that burglary was 17-year-old Corey Taylor. Corey was a student at Olney High School, where Peter and Manu were teachers. He was known to cause trouble and had several run-ins with the police in the past. Sergeant Burbeck was tasked with bringing Corey down to the station for an interview. When he arrived at Corey's apartment complex, he noticed a bike under the stairs leading up to Corey's apartment. He inspected the wheels, and the tread pattern looked very similar to the tracks left in the mud near Manu's body. When Burbeck spoke to Corey, he asked whose bike it was, and Corey told him that it belonged to his friend Julius Mullins. When Burbeck told Ranger Schraub about the bike and said that it belonged to Julius Mullins, alarm bells rang. Schraub recognized that name. It turns out that the day after Melanie was interviewed, she actually went to the police station with something to tell the investigators. While trying to figure out who could have killed her mother, someone came to mind. Her ex-boyfriend, Julius Mullins, the same person that Peter brought up during his interrogation.
He got mad at my older daughter, so they were breaking up. So I'm not saying he's suspect. I'm saying that too, no.
She provided a written statement to the police saying that she, quote, knew for a fact that when Julius was younger, he used to be in a gang, partook in drugs, and had killed people. At the time that Melanie told them this, the detectives were hyper-focused on investigating Peter, and they weren't sure if there was any weight behind her statement. But now that they had compared his bike tires to the tracks at the crime scene, they were eager to bring him in for an interview. Sergeant Burbeck brought Corey along while he picked up Julius, and all three of them went back to the station. Corey was then brought into the interrogation room with Ranger Shea, while Julius waited in another room.
First of all, you understand you're not under arrest or anything like that.
Corey said that he hardly knew the Allens and had never been inside their home.
You've never been in there?
After 13 years that I lived in Olney, I barely even talked in Olney.
At this point, the investigators weren't really concerned about Corey's involvement. They were more interested in what Corey knew about Julius. Apparently, Julius had a reputation of getting in trouble with the law. When he was in middle school, he spent some time at a juvenile detention center. And more recently, he had been charged with the possession of marijuana. His father didn't want this kind of behavior around Julius's younger brother.
Possession of
so
marijuana.
He told Julius to smarten up or find somewhere else to live. Since then, Julius had been couch surfing at different people's houses, including Corey's. Apparently, when Melanie broke up with him, Julius was heartbroken. His behavior shifted and he became extremely unpredictable. Corey was especially concerned when Julius started recklessly handling guns around his family.
They started bringing them to my house. He scared me my grandma. How did he scare you? We just asked a little iffy.
The investigators wondered if Julius's recent interest in guns motivated him to steal from Peter's extensive gun collection.
So what has he told you about
Oh, I was way too
Miss
late.
Allen going missing?
He hasn't really said anything to me, but it's weird how like he didn't even cry or nothing. He really made his name voice with his mom. So
Fuck, dude.
I mean, I would cry if I would get closer because she was nesting me in the hall. So
Do you think Julius had anything to do with it?
he might have something to do with it because I mean he's been in the house. He knows what it looks like. He probably knows where everything's at.
Corey's interview was concluded, and it was now time for Julius to face questioning.
Tell me about Miss Allen.
Julius said that for the year that he was with Melanie, Manu had
Bro.
treated him like family. She even let him stay at their house for a while when he was having problems at home.
She's probably one of the people that's actually helped me the most. She was like basically kind of my other mom because she like helped me out and stuff. She helped me get my together. She was a really nice lady.
So how long did you and Melanie date?
I think about
Year and a couple months. Was there any type of beef between you and
Kind
your
of
parents at
beef.
all? No. Beef?
Yeah,
Oh,
two
my son, my
steaks.
name was just between me and her dad because I was dating her. Why'd y'all break up? She said she wanted a break, and then I was like, okay. I was like, I'm fine with that.
Although Julius was acting nonchalant about his breakup with Melanie, Corey said that the breakup left Julius devastated. He became antisocial at school and constantly texted Melanie saying that he wanted to get back together. Julius said that he was in disbelief when she told him about her mom's death.
She was like, my mom's murdered, and I was like, what do you mean? And she said, my mother's blood all over the floor and blood and stuff. And I was shocked. Like, it hit me like hard. Who do you think did this? I really don't know. Is there a daughter torn up pretty bad? You want me to be honest with you, Julia? Yes, sir. They think you did it. Yeah, I know.
Apparently, Melanie had accused Julius of being involved in her mother's murder.
She was like, a murderous bastard killed my mother, and then she said all these other things like towards me. She was like, was it you and Brent Hans? Like, did y'all plan this? I wanted to like look at her and be like, are you serious? I was like, Melanie, I was like, I still love you. I would never do something like that to you.
When the detective asked Julius
Yo,
where he was
someone
on the
in my
night
chat
of the
redeem a
murder,
toke
he
right
said that
now.
he was at Corey's house playing video games. At this point, the detectives were unable to make any more progress questioning Julius, so they collected his DNA and fingerprints, and he was free to leave. They immediately compared these fingerprints to the ones found on Manu's car. They were a match. They also obtained a warrant for Julius's phone data, and on the night of
My
Manu's
dog
murder,
right there,
his
Square.
phone
You
connected to
fucking
the
G,
Allen
baby.
House
Let's get
Wi-Fi.
it.
Julius was swiftly brought back in for another interview, and he was confronted with this evidence.
There's stuff that I already know that you don't know I already know. So don't lie to me. Yes, okay? This is your opportunity to help yourself out as much as you can, because you're wrapped up in this deal and you don't want to get any deeper than what you already are. Okay? When was the last time you were over there at their house? A month ago. So it's been a month since you've been over there. Yeah. Why the night that Miss Allen was killed would your phone be pinging off their Wi-Fi? My phone, I didn't go over there that night. I was literally at Corey's. Why would your fingerprints be on that vehicle in blood? I don't know.
The detective spent much of this interview asking these same questions over and over, reiterating that Julius would face the consequences if he didn't.
I'm just gonna go grab a glass of water real quick. I'm fucking parched. Then we're taking that toke, baby. Bro, I've been getting some pretty shitty fucking drops today at Huey. Been getting some really fucking shit drops, I'm not gonna lie. Earlier I got 120 fucking adamant ore. I just got 300 bolts. Yo, I'm getting fucking raped here. I'm getting fucking raped at the Hewitts. And not in a good way, man. Just fuck. Cheers. I have 107 KC.
Tell the truth.
Your butt's looking at some time in prison if you don't tell me the truth. If they don't give you the death penalty.
But Julius wasn't biting. He adamantly denied any involvement in Manu's murder.
What would be the reason that your fingerprints would be in blood on her car? Or your DNA?
No, I really don't know.
There is no reason. In her...
Blood cuts like
No.
everywhere on my hand, dude.
In her blood.
I didn't murder Miss Allen.
Okay, I didn't say you did.
Well, you're saying like I did.
Although it was clear that Julius was lying about his involvement, there wasn't any definitive proof that he was the one who killed Manu. Another possibility was that Peter had killed Manu and asked Julius to help get rid of the body. According to everyone who knew Julius, he was desperate to get back together with Melanie. So perhaps Julius saw this as an opportunity to do her dad a favor and to ultimately get closer to his daughter.
When was the last time
That's fucked.
that you communicated with Peter? Okay, because if there's communication and you're not telling me there's communication.
I promise you there's not. I don't have his phone number. I literally don't have, I don't have a SIM card.
If somebody called you and says, hey, I screwed up, I got to get rid of this body, and you help out and you let me know that, then I can help you out as much as I can. What I'm getting at is that you...
By that, I mean you only do 10 years in prison.
Hey, look at me. If you didn't kill her, I need to know. But if you helped get rid of the body, I need to know that too.
Didn't get rid of the body. I didn't kill her. I didn't.
No matter how much the detective applied pressure, Julius continued to deny his involvement. The detectives decided to wait until all of the evidence was analyzed before charging Julius with anything, so he was free to go for now. A few hours later, Ranger Schraub went to Corey's apartment to pick up Julius's bike and crossed paths with Julius. He asked Julius if he could take a look at the bottom of his shoe, and he noticed that it matched the shoe print left in the mud where Manu's body was dumped. The detectives went to the judge and presented all of the evidence they had gathered. An arrest warrant was granted. Julius was tracked down again, arrested, and brought back to the station for
The kid's
one more
retarded. He
interview.
could have literally just said,
We know that you were out there, but not only that, we know your shoes were out there. Not only that, but we know your bicycle was out there. I don't think you're 100% responsible for this. Yeah, I know it took more than one person to just move that body. I think you're going to help her or help her dad or help whatever and help you get closer to you. And so I just want you to explain to me why all those different things are pointing towards you.
Throughout the interview, Julius would answer the odd question here and there, but nothing that would incriminate him further. Whenever the detective brought up the evidence against him or asked him how he got into this situation, Julius went silent.
Why you're not getting us a little more information, I don't know. Are you the sole person responsible for this? Just tell me how it happened. How you got involved.
However, after enough persistence, the detective had a breakthrough.
You want to talk about this somewhere else besides this room? Is the camera keeping you from talking?
After a quick smoke break and a change of environment, Julius was finally ready to talk.
You already did it. Who are you talking about? You talking about Peter Allen? How did Peter Allen get a hold of you? What was that, Allsup's?
Allsup's is a convenience store located right around the corner from the Allen home. Julius said that he ran into Peter there, and Peter told him to get into his car. Once inside Peter's car, he pulled out a gun and pointed it at Julius.
He was like, I'm only going to tell you this once. If you tell anybody else, I'm going to kill your entire family. He told me he left that in unlocked after he died. Then he told me, here's what's going to happen. You're going to go in there.
Julius began choking up, but the detective comforted him and encouraged him to keep going.
You're doing what's right. What did he tell you to do after you got in there?
He told me he left a butterfly knife on the counter, and that that's what I would have to use to kill her.
What time did you go to the house?
Like 2.
2 a.m.? What did you do?
He told me exactly what to do. He told me to go for her head.
How many times do you think you stabbed her in the head?
I don't remember.
A bunch?
Yep. She screamed a lot.
Manu fought through the knife attack and ran for the door, but Julius slammed her on the ground and strangled her.
He was just sitting there on the couch and watching me do it.
He couldn't see you from there, right? In the bedroom?
He knew I was there.
So Mr. Allen just sat in the living room the whole time?
Helped me take her and put her in the car.
How'd you get her to her final spot?
I had to drag her.
Did you shoot her at the lake? After she was already dead?
Yeah, he told me to do it.
So you shot her right there?
I didn't even know if I hit her or not. I just pulled the trigger and ran.
As chilling as this confession was, Julius cried the entire time, showing clear signs of remorse.
I see all sorts of remorse. You're not that bad of a person.
They killed the ace and law.
You made a bad decision. Wish you would have called us.
He said he was gonna kill my family if I did that. And I don't believe him. He's a Green Beret.
Following this interview, Julius was charged with first-degree murder and taken straight to jail.
That's
now that
a
Manu's murderer
wild
was behind
fucking
bars,
story,
the detectives
bro.
were ready to hone in
Holy
on Peter,
shit.
the one who orchestrated it all. However, after a thorough investigation, the detectives were unable to corroborate Julius's allegations against Peter. There was no evidence of their encounter in the Allsup's parking lot, and Peter's DNA wasn't found anywhere that would be incriminating. Even the compression sock that was covered in blood had Julius's DNA on it, not Peter's. Ultimately, Julius was the only one to be charged in connection to Manu's death. He pled guilty to first-degree murder, tampering with a human corpse, and burglary of a habitation. He was sentenced to 55 years in prison and will be eligible for parole after 28 years. Since being in prison, he has recanted his accusations against Peter and has openly admitted to being the sole perpetrator. He claims that he only broke into the house because he wanted to steal Peter's guns. But when things went south, he panicked and attacked Manu because he didn't want to go to jail. He currently resides in the All Red Unit in North Iowa Park, Texas, and is projected to be released in the year 2074.
Dude, I was gonna say, I wonder if that Peter dude was in on it actually, but apparently not. Apparently not. That's a wild fucking story that kid came up with, man. That's pretty good for being on the spot. That was believable. Had me bamboozled, bro.
It's day 3 of the World Series of Poker main event, the most prestigious tournament of the year. I'm 0 for 7 in this tournament lifetime, and this is only the second time that I've ever made day 3. Today, all the remaining players in the field combine after 4 different day 1 starting flights and 2 different day 2s. Out of 9,735 entries, 3,453 players remain, with their eyes set on the first place prize of $10 million. But first, we need 2,000 more players to bust in order to make the money. I've got the largest stack at the table with 380,000. It's over 6 times what we started the tournament with. Unfortunately for us, our table draw isn't so great. There are quite a few pros, including Matt Glantz on our direct left, who I sat next to all day during the $50,000 Players Championship, and Steven Chidwick is at the other side of the table. Stevie is perhaps the best player on the planet with over $68 million in live earnings. Here he is in the flesh. There's no way that we won't be battling against each other. I'm not sure that I'll be able to keep up the run good that I've had for the previous 2 days, but the goal is still to survive. We've got 152 big blinds and over twice the average stack. We can afford to be patient and pick good spots. Hopefully, we can make it through to day 4 with more chips than we started with. Right away, we pick out pocket jacks in the big blind. Chidwick opens at 5,500 from middle position. I played with him twice before. I wonder if he's trying to pick on me or if he has a legitimate hand. Either way, we're going to be playing back at him from the jump. Our neighbor in the small blind gets an opportunity first. He 3-bet jams for 20,000. He only has 8 big blinds total. I'm not going to call and give Stevie an opportunity to call behind us. I cold 4-bet to 40,000 in order to isolate the short stack. This should be enough to dissuade Stevie from coming along. He folds. We're heads up, all in against King 9 of spades. We've got a huge lead. Maybe we can start out the day right where we left things off the night before. The flop comes King 8-6 with 2 hearts. Not like that. Our chances of winning have been reduced to dust. The turn is the deuce of diamonds. We need to hit 1 of 2 remaining jacks. Otherwise, we double up the opponent. The river is the 3 of hearts. We begin the day losing an all-in to King 9 suited. The good news is that it only makes a small dent in our stack. Had we won, we'd have been up over 400,000 for the first time all tournament. That's okay though. I already knew that there's no right way to play jiggities, and if we're going to lose an all-in, this was the one to lose. We just can't let that kind of thing happen too frequently. That's right. First break wasn't super eventful, but my table is just really tough, and it's just getting tougher. Glance, busted. Player I know named Jeremiah who has 2 gold bracelets. Vegas cash game local. He's on my direct left now. And Stevie busted Matt Glance, so he has a lot of chips, and he's not afraid to get in the mix and play aggressively. So I feel like somewhat handcuffed, and I just have to make hands. I think I have like one of the toughest tables on day 3. We lost over 600 players the first level of the day. Half the players remaining will make the money. I'm slightly down from the high point, but it's still early. We pick up pocket 9s on the button. The opponent who doubled through us earlier is still short and currently has even less than the amount that he jammed last time. He takes the 19,500 he has in front of him and he rips it in. With only the blinds behind us, it's not as important to re-raise in order to isolate. I call. The opponent reveals that he has ace-king offsuit. It's a much better hand than his king-9 suited last time, but we still have a slight lead with our pair. We just need to hold. I tend to usually prefer to be the opponent with the 2 overcards because it seems like they always hit. The flop comes queen 8-6 rainbow. We actually fade the ace and king on the flop. We only need 2 more blanks to increase our stack and eliminate an opponent. The turn is the 7 of clubs. We pick up an insignificant straight draw, 1 more blank, and we scoop the pot. Of course, the dealer doesn't want to put out a blank. She puts out the 9 of hearts. We river a set to send the opponent home. He takes it well. I feel a little bit bad ending the run for someone who's a nice guy. The opponent's name is Seamus. Like several other people, he thought that we had a good chance of being selected for the feature table. His son has a product to help athletes train for kicking called Football Stick. Seamus is wearing a shirt with Football Stick across the front of it to help promote his son's business. Now that he's been knocked out, the Football Stick is going to get 0 promotion. It's just such a shame because no one's going to see or hear anything related to Football Stick anymore. Meanwhile, I'm actually trying my hardest not to punt. We're on the second break. We got about 330,000. After winning with pocket 9s, I just couldn't win a hand after that. And I think I was up to 400K at the high point. And now I'm 70,000 below that. So table's getting tougher and tougher. 4 good players directly on my left, all with big stacks. All the short stacks are on my right. I'm not really in a good situation at all and battling tilt, so I just need to try to remain focused if I can. It's level 13 and we're only 900 away from making the money. I just can't get anything going though. Blinds are significant and I'm totally card dead. It's not the worst time to be dealt bad cards because it makes decisions easy and keeps me out of trouble for the most part. The stack is slowly going in the wrong direction. We've got 313,000 as the level comes to an end. Another 400 players bust out. We're only 500 from the money. Maybe it'll happen in the next several hours. I have a nice 16-ounce ribeye for dinner with my friend Kevin Colenso, who's also still in. This is one of the best parts of the summer, just hanging out with buddies while hopefully on the way to winning a lot of money. Dinner ends and I lose nearly every hand during level 14. I've got about half the chips that I started the day with. I'm beginning to get concerned that I'm going to bust out once more without making the money in the main event. It's becoming a race against the clock. We're 200 away from cashing with a little over 2 hours left in the night to play. I just need to hang on. I've gone from being the chip leader at the table at the start of the day to being one of the shortest stacks while people are going all in regularly. We're on the last break of the night. We're 150 away from the money. A lot of people think we're probably going to maybe make the money tonight. I've had fewer chips each level. I was down to 204, and then
Not more
I ended
admin
up
or
winning 2
bro.
pots towards the end to
That's
get to
killing me.
247. So we're coming back to 3,000, 6,000, and maybe we can
It's killing me.
cross something off the bucket list in the next 2 hours if things go okay, and we can just survive the day in a really tough table.
I'm glad to have finished the previous level strong to get up to 247,000. We've got a group chat with all my friends from the lodge who are playing the main event. Andrew has the most chips right now at 344,000. Doug had a lot of chips earlier on in the day, but he's down to roughly the same amount as me. He offers to swap a whopping 5%. It's a lot more than I've swapped with anyone else, but Doug is a world-class player. Plus, it's nice to spread the risk and also potentially get a big score with your friends. I let Doug know that I'm down to swap with him. We both only have about 2 hours to survive before we're all in the money, and maybe at least one of us will have a deep run. Doug's on the feature table, and right after our deal is made, he gets it all in.
Oh my!
Wow.
Aces versus kings again. This time it's Doug Polk with the aces, Chung with the kings.
Brought to you by Club WPT Gold. My name is Code Doug, and you can sign up today.
Oh, it's a king in the window.
No clubs.
Doug gets it all in nearly as good as possible and gets an absolutely brutal flop. He's drawing dead to one of the last 2 remaining aces.
No clubs.
King 6-3, all clubs.
Might be what he deserves for the shameless promotion, but let's carry on.
Not even Code Doug can save you with a 100 coins free roll on September 20th. Sign up today using
Better get it in now.
Code Doug.
Chung is unstoppable.
Needs an ace. It's not there. That is sickening.
Doug busts out of the main event right before the money with aces to kings in the midst of trying to promote his code. If you want your aces to hold against pocket kings, be sure to use code BRAD when you sign up to Club WPT Gold. If you remember in the last vlog, I was dealt pocket aces in the first hand of the main event against kings, and I doubled up immediately. If you sign up using code BRAD and make a purchase of any sort, you'll receive a free 20 sweeps coin bonus, and you'll be eligible for a 100k free roll coming up on September 21st. I'll see you on there. Here's a screenshot of the timestamp showing that I swapped 5% with Doug at 10:32. 11 minutes later, the biggest swap that I've ever made for the main event is toast. The day hasn't gone all that great. My stack has slowly been going in the wrong direction, while I've been hanging on for dear life to maybe get a min cash. I decided I no longer want to employ that strategy. We pick up pocket eights in the hijack, blinds are 3,000, 6,000, I raised to 12,000. Chidwick's in the big blind. He lost a big pot earlier to be down to about 140,000, but since then, he's been on a tear, running up a stack, playing aggressively, and taking advantage of the situation with short stacks on his left and him knowing that no one wants to bust at this point. He 3-bets to 50,000. I feel like throwing up. We're so close to crossing off something from the bucket list that I've had dreams of accomplishing since I was in high school. There's no need for us to play a massive pot with a medium pocket pair, potentially risking everything we have against the best player on the planet. We only have 12,000 invested, we can let it go and look for a better spot. Maybe our stack dwindles, but we at least give ourselves a better chance at walking away with minimally $15,000. We probably won't have a large stack when the money bubble bursts, but this is the safest way to ensure that we survive. It's just that pocket eights is one of the best hands I've seen all day. I know what Chidwick is likely doing.
Here's the
He's
shit.
well aware
Yeah.
that I don't want to get knocked out. He knows that he has me
I love
covered,
it.
and he's counting on me to play way tighter than I normally would. Fuck it. I'm not backing down this time. I call for 38,000 more to square up with the best as we go toe-to-toe with a huge percentage of my stack already at risk. If I get knocked out, maybe it'll take me another 8 years to make it day 3, but I won't wonder what would have happened if I had stood up to the bully. After playing 8 hours of poker, the only big hand that I made today was the rivered set of 9s when I didn't even need it. I couldn't imagine a better time to hit another set than right now. The flop comes 6-3 deuce with 2 hearts instead. We don't hit a set, but we've got an overpair and a small backdoor flush draw. Stevie looks me up and down in an attempt to get a read. I'm staying frozen. Stevie downbets at 32,000. This shouldn't be a flop that hits his 3-bet range very hard if he only has 2 overs, but if he has an overpair like he's been representing, I'm drawing close to dead. I wouldn't be able to sleep at night if I folded, but I already hate it.
I call, knowing that some overcard is going to come out on the turn, Stevie will bet large, and I'll have to fold. Instead, the dealer puts out the 4 of hearts, giving us the 8 high flush draw, but now we could really be drawing dead if Stevie turned to flush. He slows down and checks. Maybe he's got the nuts and he's setting a trap, or maybe he's genuinely concerned that we have a monster. He hasn't seen me call a lot of 3 bets, and for me to do it at this juncture with a medium stack, then call a flop bet, it should look like we've got something incredibly strong. You might think that we have a hand like ace-queen or ace-jack of hearts. We might even play pocket aces this way. Our 8s could be best at the moment. If we're up against ace-king or something like queen-10 suited without hearts, I don't want to check back and give away the strength of our hand while allowing Stevie the opportunity to hit an overcard, then exert maximum pressure whether he has us beat or not. I bet $40,000 to protect our equity, if we have any. It's a tiny bet. If we get jammed on, I'm going to be completely deflated. Stevie's thinking about it. I only have $124,000 behind. Today has been a nightmare. I don't want to lose half my stack in a hand I didn't necessarily even need to see a flop with. If Stevie shoves, I'll let it go, then I'll probably just fold into the money while I mentally beat myself up for trying to tangle with the best. As I'm playing out all the worst case scenarios and thinking about how I'm going to bust one more time on the brink of cashing, Stevie folds. Our pocket 8s had to have been the best hand. I'm glad that I hung in there. We win the largest pot that I've played all day to get our stack up to $335,000 at a tough table with multiple bracelet winners. Not playing like a wimp pays off for us. It's one hell of a swap that Doug made. He loses all of his chips while we increase ours by a lot, all within a few minutes. I'm not saying what Doug did was wrong or he did anything bad. All I'm saying is use code BRAD. We finished the day with one last easy
That was a
decision.
good advertisement.
Dealt the Robbie during the
Can't
last
lie.
hand of the night. I folded,
That was a
leaving
good
myself
one.
with $328,000. It's less than what we started the day with, but we came in with a large stack. We'll be ending it with a little under average. I'm thrilled to make my first ever day 4 of the main event and to no longer have to sit across from that guy who's done well to accumulate chips. It was a grueling 10 hours of play at one of the toughest tables in the field. The good news is that we're less than 20 bust outs away from the money and locking up a minimum payout of $15,000. Plus, we have a decent stack that we can work with, particularly if we get a better table draw with short stacks on our left and no superstar opponents. It feels good to bag up over 42 big blinds. I knew that I wouldn't be able to run like I did on day 1 and day 2 the entire tournament, and in some ways, I'm more proud of surviving a day like this when it's a struggle to get things going, but I managed to avoid doing anything stupid. I snapped the photo for the gold last longer. The last remaining player who gives social media updates and wears the patch that I'm wearing will receive an additional $50,000. I also have a golden ticket, which will allow me to win an additional $1 million if I win the main event. It'll be a bit longer before we start thinking about that too much though. For now, it's time to unwind and wait for traffic to die down as I meet up with the lodge crew for a drink. Some of us are no longer in the tournament and have gotten a head start. I can't help but needle Doug a little about the swap.
Let me ask you this, Brad, if that is your real name. I got in with aces. Did you like your action then?
I did.
Did you like your action then? And he had kings and the flop was a king. That's not my fault. Blame the fucking people. Blame the dealers. This is an outrage. I thought this was fucking America. Apparently, look at this guy. He's devastated. Calm the fuck down. Looks sad.
Someone yelled at him, calm the fuck down.
Because the 8 on the floor, I'm saying, is a fucking part-time job. This is an outrage. Outrage. Anyway, yeah. So if you can pay me my share, I take Zelle. PayPal's good. No, actually, I'm banned from PayPal. Zelle specifically. Cash is okay. Hello, viewers.
I've been pretty fortunate in my poker career. I've had deep runs in
Guys
marquee events.
hammered.
I've had multiple 6-figure scores. I made the final table of a $50,000 tournament playing against absolute killers with over $1 million for first. I've made a couple TV final tables with major titles on the line. I've even won a few significant events. When you look on the Wikipedia pages of all the popular poker players, one thing that they all have listed is their highest in the money main event finish. Now when we go to my Wikipedia page, it's a little different. Where we would normally see my best run in the main event, it's left completely blank. Part of the reason for that is because I've never made the money in the main event. The other reason for that is because there's another Brad Owen who's the former lieutenant governor for the state of Washington. He's had this Wikipedia page for a long time, and I'm nearly certain he's made a concerted effort to block me from having one. I think he's friends with some powerful people. Well, I'd really like to cash in the main event, even if it means the highest finish in it goes to his Wikipedia page. It's day 4, there's a different level of excitement in the air as we're right on the brink of everyone cashing. We just need to avoid complete disaster and we'll make the money for the first time ever.
Bro, I'm throwing and
Find our
watching this
table
fucking
with our
video too
bag on it.
much. I gotta pay
It's certainly
attention here.
special to still be in the event with fewer than 1,500 remaining after nearly 10,000 unique players bought in. This is the table draw. It's mostly a good situation for us. It's a lot of smaller stacks on our left who won't be playing aggressively. There aren't many superstars. It's a softer table than the one that we played yesterday for day 3. The only glaring issue is that Will Kassouf is on our direct left with a gigantic stack. He's a smart, talented player. He knows how to push people around and make them uncomfortable.
I don't know if I get
both
this.
his play and his speech. He was on the feature table previously this tournament and was getting a lot of backlash for talking incessantly, which is why I've got fully charged headphones on me. A few others in the poker community are posting about the draw that we've been assigned. Getting through today will be a significant challenge that's much different than the ones I'm used to at the table. There's nothing
No,
that can prepare us for tests
motherfucker,
like
I'm
this.
not looking.
This is a look at our starting stack. We'll need to get into any big pots until the money bubble bursts. I'm planning to play very snug. We're only 15 bust outs away from getting paid and accomplishing one of my lifelong goals. An interesting thing happens though. Will Kassouf hasn't shown up. You'd think that he'd want to abuse people on the bubble. Instead, he's nowhere to be seen as we get started. It's now wide open for us to go wild every time it folds to us since it's only short stacks to our left without Kassouf there. The game plan has changed with no one to keep us in line. A few minutes in, we're dealt Jack-9 suited in the big blind. We're only 9 away from the money. The button raises to 16,000. He's the most skilled opponent currently at the table. The small blind calls. We have to defend. I call. 3 of us are seeing the flop. It comes 10-10-8 with 2 clubs and a diamond. We've got an open ender and a backdoor flush draw, but on a paired board, I'm not all that excited. Small blind checks. I check to the pre-flop aggressor. He bets 14,000. It's about 1/4 the size of the pot. He's probably going to be doing this with plenty of hands that have completely missed, knowing that we all have similar stacks and no one wants to get knocked out. The small blind folds. Calling and playing a weak draw out of position isn't ideal. We've got removal to Jack-10 and 10-9. I choose a different path, check raising to 40,000, putting a lot at risk when I don't think the button is going to have much. He likely won't think that I've got it in me to make a move right now either. The button folds without giving it too much thought. Our semi-bluff gets through to put us at a new high point
here
of the
till we
tournament.
die.
We're able to steal the blinds nearly every time it folds to us in middle or late position because Kassouf is getting blinded out and the other players can't play any hands without risking getting knocked out right on the cusp of making the money, so they're forced to fold. We're taking advantage of it with our stack climbing to 410,000. I never thought that I'd say this, but I'm hoping the bubble lasts as long as possible so that we can continue taking advantage of the situation, but things are going incredibly slowly. We're hand for hand right now. We're 6 away from the money. I had a great start. Will Kassouf hasn't even shown up, and I got a nice check raise through. But yeah, here's what it looks like right now. Tons of spectators. We're so close, and for once in one of these WSOP events, we didn't just.
Let's go, baby.
Thanks. Let's go, guys.
Every day 1 miles out here.
Nice. So yeah, what's up, guys? So yeah, pretty sweet. Nice.
Good, Brad.
Thanks, man. All right.
Here he is. 1 hour late, that's a boss. And we have Brad Owen here. You're filming me, I'm filming you. It's day 4. I thought I'd turn up 1 hour late. It's only day 4, it's not day 7, buddy. It's all good. I just turned up late, and here's my stack. 1 hour late. Here's my stack up my house. This is me.
Will Kassouf shows up an hour late. We've run up the stack to 440,000 while we're 5 away from the money, but the fun's over, well, at least partly. We're no longer going to be able to get away with the type of shenanigans we were getting away with now that a new sheriff with a larger stack is showing up on our direct left. The excitement in the room is still palpable. Cell phones and cameras are out to see the bubble burst. It's a giant relief not to be sweating every hand to see if we can survive to land on the right side of the bubble. We have a little over average stack, which actually puts us comfortably in the top half of the field. Every all-in is being filmed and put up on the screens throughout the room. There are multiple all-ins on the stone bubble. We only need one person to get knocked out. The player at risk during the first all-in is in trouble.
The king is good. Pair of kings, we have an elimination. All right, let's go.
We've officially cashed and accomplished the goal that I had since I was young, watching the coverage on ESPN while playing around the kitchen table. Now I'm just waiting to hear those words that I hoped I would have heard the first time I played this event 15 years ago. All the blood, sweat, tears, hours of studying, bad beats, close calls, and bricked bullets that led up to today make this moment even sweeter.
Hey, you're all in the money!
I've got one life goal complete, but now a new tournament begins, our focus shifts, we're trying to make pay jumps, build a stack, and eventually final table. 15,000 is locked up. It's amazing to have made it this far, but the work isn't finished. All the short stacks that have been hanging on by a thread are about to go wild. We're going to see hundreds of bust outs over a short period, which I'm happy about because then our table's going to break. It's gotten a lot less peaceful with the current one.
150. 165. 165. A little over 20 big. More than 20 big.
Yeah, I've got a 20 big.
Did you realize you had more than 20 big when you
No.
stopped? Or after you
I
stopped?
know exactly what I
I thought you
That's
thought
why when you asked, I said 165.
You're now 60-40. I know you got ace high, I got king high. You don't want to call. I got king queen, you have ace jack. What would Brad Owen do? What would Brad Owen do with king queen?
We can both show.
I got king high, I told you. I got king high. I know you got ace high, you're winning. But I want to shuffle this hand, so I fold. Queen high like a box. Wow, you bluffing, so you got ace queen.
It's not particularly fun playing with Kasuf because he's a good player and he talks a lot. My stack is on the decline. I've got about 330,000 after the break. A couple hundred have busted, and we made a pay jump to 17,500. I'm buried on the summer playing the 50K Players Championship and a handful of other mixed games 10Ks, so I'm not going to be excited until we're in at least six-figure territory. I'd like to use this portion of the tournament when pay jumps are smaller to make moves and build up a stack, but the cards aren't cooperating. I get moved to a new table. I'm glad to have a change of scenery, but it looks like I'll still be somewhat handcuffed with a player who has over 1 million in chips to the left of us. I'll have to be a bit more creative with the moves that we make. I get a little too creative, bluffing off half my stack with king-queen offsuit after opening from under the gun, getting called by both the short stacks and the blinds, then firing flop, turn, and bluff shoving river for 70k effective on an ace-6 deuce queen 10 run out, only to get snapped off by the big blind, who river 2 pair with ace 10. I'm currently down to 16 big blinds. I consider calling hospice so that I can be comfortable towards the end of my tournament life, but this isn't some random tournament in which we tilt rip to spin or die. No. This is the fucking main event, and we're in the money. We're giving it everything we've got. I'm staying more patient than I've ever been. If there was ever a time to play my A game, it's right now. We don't get anything dealt to us, but we make a pay jump to 20,000. We whittle down to 138,000. It's getting dire. We can't wait too much longer, or we risk blinding out. The dealer gives us pocket threes in the big blind. The opponent on our right, who we just doubled up after getting caught bluffing, now has us covered, and he open rips it. We've got 128,000 total. It's just under 13 big blinds. I know that we're supposed to make the call with our pair, but I also know we'll be risking everything, and minimally, we're going to be up against 2 overs. Our big blind ante is in there, so we're getting better than even money on a call.
Dude, look up
we'll
Phil Hellmuth, Rage Montage. Yeah, I know Phil Hellmuth is. He's hilarious.
Yes. I call. I'm somewhat pleased to see ace-7 offsuit
He's
since we're not up
hilarious.
against a better pocket pair. This is the first hand of the tournament that I've been
I like
all-in, and at risk of
I
being
think his name is
eliminated.
Gary. He's like some
Opponent
British
tries to
dude.
jinx
He's always trolling him and shit.
Interesting, because I really don't like my spot at all. This is very, very stressful, hoping that a baby pair holds on day 4, otherwise we're out. I'm holding my breath. The flop comes king, queen 8 with 2 clubs. The cards all around the opponent's ace 7 all hit, but miraculously, we're still best. For now. We need to dodge an ace, 7, running clubs, or the board double pairing. The turn is the 4 of spades. It's fortunate that it's not a club, otherwise the opponent would have picked up a lot more outs. We need to survive one more card. The river is the queen of spades. Our pocket threes wins it. Taking the gamble pays off huge. We get the double up to increase our stack to 266,000. We're nowhere near the high point. We still have plenty of work to do, but with 26.5 big blinds, we've got more breathing room. I ran great on day 1 and day 2, but since then, I've had a hard time catching any cards. I'm proud of myself for only having the minor hiccup with King-Queen, then quickly recovering. Maybe the heat is about to come. We're dealt Ace-King offsuit a bit later in the level. I raised to 20,000 from the hijack. The button has run up his stack to 1.6 million. He's got one of the top stacks in the whole tournament. He puts it to use, 3-betting to 60,000. We've got just over 30 big blinds at the moment. No way we're backing down. We're going pedal to the floor. I 4-bet rip, 306,000 total. There's no immediate decision from the button. He looks at me in an attempt to get a read, knowing I'm fully capable of making moves. He calls to put us at risk once again. The button shows Ace-Queen offsuit. We've got him out kicked, but there's still about a 30% chance that we could get knocked out. And based on the opponent's massive stack, he looks like a guy who runs pretty good. There's over 600,000 in the middle. The flop comes 10-9-8 with 2 clubs and a heart. We've got the highest club, but the button can still hit a queen for top pair or a jack for the straight. We're not going to get a victory without at least a sweat. The turn is the 4 of diamonds. Come on, 1 blank on the river. We'll have a real shot at making a run. The dealer puts out the 7 of diamonds. Ace-King holds in a giant all-in. Momentum's on our side despite us not ending up with much. We're making the absolute most of each opportunity, doubling up twice, once with the pair below the board, and then again for over 60 big blinds with no pair to go from 128,000 to 637,000. When I've had deep runs in the past, they've all had a special feeling to them.
You do indeed.
Like the one that we've got now. We might not steamroll the table every level, but we win the most important pots when we need to. All of a sudden, we're sitting with average stack while less than 1,000.
Like if you look at my character, you see this little red thing that keeps popping up. It makes me attack quicker. It just randomly does it. Doesn't do it all the time. It just does it randomly. It's called the proc.
I'm still not connecting with flops at
all. It only happens when you have the full set on, though.
Hands, both double ups. I mean, I won with a pair of threes and I won with ace high. So if I can start connecting with some boards at some point today or in the future, then you know I think this could be something special. And it's never over in this tournament. I'm just going to be giving it my all and just fighting like hell to stay alive. Level 18 is 6,000, 12,000. Very little goes our way. We make it to another steak dinner with 530,000 in chips and $25,000 locked up. It's awesome to see my friend Kevin still in the event as well. We swap 3% with each other. These dinners are tasting better and better. I've got to add a little meat to our chip stack though. We pick up ace-jack offsuit in middle position. We've been off to a good start this level already. I raised to 30,000 from nearly a 700k stack. The big blind calls. He's been playing an unorthodox style that's caused the stack to fluctuate drastically. We're heads up. The flop comes ace-jack 10 with 2 diamonds. We finally drill a monster. Not only do we have top 2 pair, we have the ace of diamonds for the backdoor flush draw. The big blind checks. I bet 40,000. It's nearly half pot. The big blind shouldn't have connected too well with this flop that has all Broadway cards, especially given R2 cards. The big blind calls anyway. When he defends pre-flop, he's going to have a lot of suited combos, so maybe he has a flush draw, but hopefully he has a weak top pair and is drawing near dead. The turn is the 5 of hearts. It's a total brick. The opponent has 235,000 in his stack. I'd like to get him to put it all in now, but we have such a monster. I don't want to scare him off if he's completely dead. He checks. I go with a large sizing of 115,000. The big blind doesn't appear to want to fold. If he jams, I'm going to call quicker than my ex if I win the 10 million in the bracelet. To my surprise, the opponent matches our bet, leaving himself with only 120,000 behind. I've never wanted to see a blank so badly. The river is the king of hearts, putting 4 to the straight on board. As much as I hate seeing this, I hate seeing the opponent lead for 115,000 even more. He left himself with one 5k chip behind. He's representing the queen for the straight. We're getting over 4 to 1 on a call, $500,000 in the middle. Like I mentioned before, I've seen this player do some strange things in prior hands. What queens will he have that he played this way? He would have jammed pre-flop with pocket queens and ace queen. He would have check raised on the flop return with king queen. If he had a hand like Queen Jack or Queen 10, he probably would have folded to the turn bet. If he had Queen X of diamonds, he likely would have raised on the flop and or jammed on the turn with straight and flush possibilities. All of a sudden, I'm having a hard time thinking of any queens that the opponent could have at all. I'm also not sure that he'd leave 5k behind if he had a straight. Usually people wouldn't be balanced in this spot if they had the nuts with 1/3 of a pot size bet remaining in their stack. They just rip it to try to get the maximum. As much as it's important to preserve chips, I don't believe the opponent's story that he has Broadway and Ace-Jack is too good of a hand to let go. I call, not feeling too great about it. The opponent shows that he has 5-4 of diamonds, he missed the flush draw and made one last stab with bottom pair. We get an enormous win at an important time. We bluff catch correctly in a pivotal spot. It wasn't an ideal run out, but it ends up being the one that we needed to win the maximum and nearly knock out the opponent. Our stack is going up, and the amount of players left is going down.
Poker's
the rest
deep.
of the table's taking notice.
Yeah, bud.
Let's go. Huh.
Yeah. For the first time in 8 main event bullets fired, we've got over 1 million in chips. This is a very cool milestone.
You love that river, didn't you?
It's awesome. The last hand of the level were dealt Jack 10 of clubs. I raised to 30,000. The button calls with a short stack. The small blind and big blind both call. We're going 4 ways to the flop. It's already somewhat uncomfortable.
No,
the dealer
some
adds to
bitch.
it, putting out 10-3 deuce with 2 hearts. We've got top pair, but it's with the kicker that isn't great, and we have 3 opponents on a very dynamic board. It checks to us. I don't like our options. I'd like to narrow down the field and give ourselves some protection, though. I bet
Yeah,
80,000.
definitely.
Playing with fire. The button has a lot of pressure given that he has to act after we bet into 3 players and any of them could reasonably have a set. Our bet looks strong. The button folds. It's down to 2 opponents now. The small blind considers sticking around. He eventually folds.
Thing with streaming
Big
is,
blind
dude,
a
no
newer
one's ever
player
gonna
at the
remember
table.
you anyway.
He's run hot
You know
this
what I mean?
level and wants to see if he can keep up the momentum. He calls. We're down to heads up. The turn is the 6 of clubs. It's a card that's way more likely to help out the big blind. To be fair, there weren't a lot of cards that we would have been all that thrilled to see. The opponent checks. We could be drawing dead if the opponent happens to have a set or straight. I want to make sure that we get the showdown without risking much more of our stack. I check
He's
back.
just trying
intentions
to
of calling
make
it
a
bet
living
almost
now.
any river. The dealer puts out
So
the
I can't
5 of
knock the
spades,
hustle,
putting 4 to the
but it's
straight
gotta
on
be
board
boring
once
as
more.
fuck.
This time it's a lot more likely
You
that the
always
opponent is
remember
holding
me?
the
Yeah,
straight
respect,
completely.
brother.
The big blind is a good player who recognizes that I'm almost never going to have a 4 with the line that I've taken. He bets 170,000. It's a great bet. The entire tournament, I've been telling myself to avoid taking spots I don't have to take. This is the best structure in poker. We don't need to force anything. I've mostly done well to listen to that advice, and it's led to success. I did make the call in a similar spot with Ace-Jack that worked out in the previous hand, though. We might be up against a missed flush again. The other players have all left. I'm taking my time, knowing that everyone else is on break. I can't let top pair go after checking back the turn. I call. Jack 10 is no good. The opponent takes me to Value Town with 6-5 of hearts. He flopped a combo draw with straight and flush possibilities, then hit run or 2 pair and got me to call light. I lose a large chunk of my stack,
Good job.
falling to 700,000 in chips. I can't let it get to me too much. I need to forget about it, regroup, and try to play it to the best of my ability from here as
That's
we close out the
hilarious,
night.
Jay.
The break's almost over. 578 players remain. We've got $30,000 locked up. The money bubble took a very long time at the start of the day, so we're playing half the level before wrapping up rather than the full 2 hours. I'd like to finish strong and get the momentum back on our side. Pick up ace-queen offsuit in the small blind. The button is nicknamed Rooster, but he's been more like a cockroach, refusing to die while being short with 5 to 10 big blinds at multiple points, then getting whatever he needs to double up. We already doubled him up with king-queen against his ace-10, then he doubled us up when we held with pocket 3s against his ace-7. He wants to test his luck once more. He raises to 100,000, leaving himself with 5,000 behind. The opponent on our left has about 15 big blinds. We have them both well covered. I rejam. The button calls for his remaining chip. He's not in great shape.
Yeah, at least I'm live somewhere.
Rooster has 10-9 offsuit. We've got a nice lead and a chance to eliminate him, but he's gotten it in bad about 7 times already without losing. He's mostly been finding strange ways to chop. We're going to try to finally send him home. The flop comes with a queen in the window.
Nope, not anymore.
Oh, I mean, you have a straight drop. The opponent flops bottom pair and an open ender, but tries to reverse jinx himself. The turn is the 8 of hearts, giving him the straight immediately. I'm now the one in danger of losing the pot, but I can chop if a 9 comes and win outright if a king comes. The river is the 6 of diamonds instead. The rooster strikes again.
Oh, wow. Rooster is still alive.
I can't hide that I'm annoyed. Someone named Rooster just won a 15.
Oh, let's go. That's a huge
This time
drop right
against
there.
me, a reverse jinxing
Low-key, what I
himself
wanted.
into a straight.
Low-key.
Ordinarily, I'd be more amused, but
Huge
after
drop.
losing the Jack 10 hand previously, this
Give me
loss
that.
puts me back down to
Take those
550,000.
60 seeds
It's about
off
half
fucking
of what I
baby
had
bud.
after winning with Ace Jack. I'm not sure that I've got any magic left, and exhaustion is catching up to me.
It's
I
just
remind
pure
myself how
farming
cool it is to
experience.
still be in so that I can change
Yum,
my
yum, yum,
mindset
yum.
and survive through the day.
Last hand of the night. Day 5.
One more
I'll
day
take
is in the
those.
books. We've got $32,500 locked up. We don't bag a pile, but it doesn't matter. Every day that we survive is a great day, and this one is particularly special because not only did we make the money, we grinded hard and got through some tough spots mentally to make
fucking
7
take
pay
those.
jumps. The big pay jumps are on the
I'm
horizon.
getting a drop on
We
this
get
kill
enough to
right
forget
here,
about the
boys. I'm
unfortunate
getting the
ending, but our
fucking
journey
dragon
isn't over.
wand.
There's a mistake on
wand
the
right
app.
here,
We
coming
actually
up.
bag up 28
Right
big
here
blinds.
first.
We're sitting in the bottom half of the field, but I'm not in desperation mode yet. Here's our table draw. Everyone's moving into the event center sections for day 5, where they've got the Thunderdome and TV cameras set up for all the feature tables. I got good rest. I'm nervous and excited, thinking about what the day has in store for us. Some viewers have been letting PokerGo know that they'd like to see me get some coverage so they can follow the action. I see Jeff Platt's response, hinting that today is likely the day that we're going to be playing with some extra eyes on us. As I enter the casino, I see that the app showing the table draw has changed. No longer does it say Bronze Section, Table 622. It's been switched and now says Main Stage, Feature 1. As I walk through the event center, I'm significantly more nervous than I was before I realized that we're going to be on the main stage playing in the Thunderdome. This isn't just one of the 2 outer feature tables, this is literally the biggest stage in poker. We're about to play in the same seats and under the same lights where someone will be crowned main event champion. Part of me prefers to be on the outer tables with no extra pressure, but the kid in me who watched these broadcasts couldn't be more pumped up to make it to this point and battle on day 5. I played a lot of streams in both high stakes cash games and tournaments with hundreds of thousands on the line. I'm just hoping that maybe that gives me a slight edge today, as we're about to spin or lose everything with the entire poker world watching. They asked me to shoot a pregame interview, then it's on.
And with that, we welcome you to Las Vegas, Nevada. This
Come on, baby, give me a drop. I'm feeling one so bad right here, baby. So bad.
We're inside the event center. Jeff Platt alongside Brent Hanks, Natalie Bodie on sidelines for us throughout the course
Feeling
of day
Hueycoatl hide even.
which kicks off with
Just saying.
522 players left. A massive turnout for this one. 9,735 players putting up $10,000, creating a prize pool of more than $90 million. Some absolute superstars of the poker world remain. Brent, one of them is here on the main stage.
That's right, Brad Owen, YouTube star, the Vlogfather 2.0, somehow still in this event, as is the original Vlogfather, Andrew Neely.
Oh, what a summer it's been for Esther Taylor Ite, a 3rd place finish at the prestigious 50K Poker Players Championship, the best result a woman has ever had in that tournament.
A handful of top pros remain. I'm doing my best to soak it all in, knowing that our tournament run could end at any point. Like it does for my friend Mike Zolker, who I swapped 1% with last night for the main event payout and 5% for the gold last longer. I didn't swap with too many players, but they're mostly out now. It's just me and my buddy Kevin. Immediately after Zolker busts, I get involved in a hand. They pick up the coverage late. I opened from early position with the jiggities and got called by a short stack on the button and a medium stack in the big blind. The flop comes Ace King 7 with 2 hearts. Of course, there'd be 2 overs out there. After the big blind checked, I realized that this is generally going to be a great flop for me because the button will likely never have aces, kings, or ace king, so he's capped at mostly 1-pair hands at best. I take 1 large stab to put the pressure on. We have some decent backdoor potential and a key blocker in case the flush draw gets there. Even though the button has top pair, he's already in an extremely uncomfortable situation after I was the pre-flop raiser and then continued firing into 2 players. The button only has 265,000 total. The bet for 85,000 would leave him with 180,000 if he calls, and the pot would be 320,000. He wouldn't be able to get away on any turn, getting almost 3-1 with top pair, so he basically has to make a decision on this street about whether or not he wants to play for his tournament life.
I'd be shoving.
He chooses to preserve his chips. The big blind quickly folds as well. We get a bluff through. I don't fault the button too much for folding. People don't want to get knocked out. This is day 5 of the main event. Pay jumps are about to increase, and we're on the big stage, which causes people to freeze and make decisions that they wouldn't normally
there was
make.
ace king on the board, though.
We make it to the break. There are only 464 players left. We're guaranteed $35,000. We've now made it to the $5,000 or more pay jumps from this point on. These are the significant ones. We need to make it back to our seat with time running low on our break. We walk right by former main event champion Greg Merson, who's on the secondary feature table. Walking through the cameras up to the main stage almost gives me chills. I can't be entirely certain that this isn't a dream. I want to make this experience up here last as long as possible. I didn't win many other hands at previous level, so the stack is close to what we started the day with. Blinds are about to be 10,000, 25,000. It's no joke. We're likely going to need to get something going this level if I want to keep the dream alive. We find an opportunity to make a move.
Good enough to put in a raise with just ace-jack, and I believe we've got something cooking here.
Yeah, we do indeed.
At our table, yeah. We'll get back, and by the way,
This is Brad Owen, all in and at risk, blind versus blind against Ite Esther Taylor.
I limped in with ace-7 offsuit. Ite raised to 100,000. I have removal of strong holdings. I didn't want to call, see a flop out of position, miss, and be forced to check fold a lot of the time when I thought there was a good chance that I'd have the best hand pre-flop, while Ite could be trying to bully us with her larger stack. I jammed. Ite went into the tank for a long time before making the call. I took a risk ripping. We at least get it in as a slight favorite, but now we need to come away with the win, otherwise it's all over.
Owen, the slight favorite, more than 1.1 million in the middle. With about 450 players left in the main. Owen limped in. Taylor made it 100K. Owen jammed. Taylor made the call. Here we are. Here we go. 8-7-5, all diamonds. So far, so good for Owen.
We flop a pair, but it doesn't make too much of a difference. We still need to fade a king or jack. On the feature table, they take their time with runouts. It's painful to prolong the most stressful part of the tournament, being all in and at risk. In a few seconds, we might have over $1 million in chips, or we might be walking to the parking lot. The turn is the 4 of diamonds. It's an interesting card because it makes it very difficult for us to lose since the opponent can no longer hit the king or jack of diamonds to scoop, but any 6 or diamond, now will make it a chop. The river is the 5 of spades instead, giving us the outright win.
And Brad Owen scores the double up. He's up to more than 1.1 million.
All right. Owen. You saw the nerves, right?
Yeah, you could see that was a stressful all in.
I thought he was dead. No way he was winning that one.
We get a monster double up to once again eclipse the million mark. We're at a new high point in the tournament, up over 1.1 million with about 45 big blinds. It doesn't get too much better than this. The plan is to continue staying focused and to choose spots well. We don't need to get involved in speculative situations. Now that we've got just under average stack, we're right on the cusp of the large payouts. Continuing to ladder up is important.
Yeah, plans this weekend?
Get back in the action.
It's a long weekend actually, so I got
get involved with hands
Saturday, Sunday, and Monday
too good of a
off.
starting hand to fold. I'm in raised to 50,000. The amount is nearly what starting stacks were for this event. Folds to Nakai in the small blind. He has by far the largest stack at the table. The only one even remotely close to him is the player on his left in the big blind. Even though he has a pile of chips, I haven't seen
I don't really have anything planned.
Pretty insane to choose
like
this
some
spot to
Hueycoatl
do.
grind, I'll tell you that much. I was thinking of making the YouTube video 12 hours at Hueycoatl.
Nakai looks like he's about to re-raise, and I'm going to give him a lot of credit if he does.
Grind E-District again? Yeah,
possibly
maybe.
The opening light, so to 3-bet against my opening range from the small blind is incredibly strong. He goes for it anyway.
Maybe.
At 3-bet is to 235,000.
I help on playing
just
too.
instantly mucks the 10s.
Delmas didn't even give it a...
It was just right in the luck.
Instantly throws it away, aware of his surroundings, of what could be unraveling.
With the early position raise from Owen, the 3-bet out of the small blind.
Sorry, I'm gonna keep getting up.
What? How many blinks?
It is awkward for Owen. About 45 bigs to start the hand.
Delmas snap-folded pocket 10s, and I can't blame him for that. He's caught in between two strong ranges, and there's absolutely no need for him to insert himself into the mix, especially when he's not closing the action. He makes things simple for himself by letting go of the hand with the most equity. He recognizes that the small blind is rarely going to be doing this light. It's easier to avoid the spot altogether. Meanwhile, I've got 2 big blinds invested. I'm certainly not going to 4-bet. If
I'm definitely down to get some
more
games
than
in.
9 big blinds, which is a significant portion of my stack.
Play
in
a few.
sense
I don't know if we'll be
crushed
playing
with
like a.
whipping. The small blind has a ton of chips to maneuver with. Do I really want to risk
Friday?
20% of what I've got in
I mean,
front
I'll
of me
play
right
some
now
games, some
to go
Apex
up against
Friday
a strong
night.
range? Even if the
Right
opponent
after
doesn't
work,
have a
you
higher
know?
pair than us, if we don't hit a
Oh,
set,
no.
we're going to be forced to guess whether or not we're ahead throughout the entire hand. It'll be
Come
hard to
on,
feel
now,
too
that sounds
confident
right with
in
me.
a pair of 9s.
Hop on at
We
11
already have enough
o'clock.
chips to set mine, and as I
Bump
mentioned
some
previously,
uglies.
we're coming up to the large pay jumps, including the first $5,000 one, once 13 more players bust. I said that I want to avoid speculative spots in which I don't clearly know where I'm at. Even though we're in position, I let it go to maintain our chip stack and make things easy on myself in order to have the best chance at making a 6-figure score, while I know the small blind can put on tons of pressure post-flop and overrealize his equity
Go
since
for
he has
kills and
chips
say
to
hi,
play
Aztec.
with. We move on without losing or risking much. We still have
Yeah.
over 40 big blinds. We run cold for over an hour before getting involved with King Queen of Hearts. I raise under the gun to 50,000. The stack is dwindled to 810,000 to start the hand. We've made the pay jump to $40,000 with under 400 players remaining. This is the last hand of the level. Aishan calls in the cutoff. The button calls as well. We're going 3 ways to the flop out of position. It comes ace-10-5 with 2 hearts. We smash it, flopping a royal flush draw.
Is Brad Owen about to hit a royal flush at the feature table of the main event? If you thought he had a lot of subscribers and views on his YouTube channel prior to this hand,
You know
just
that
wait.
thumbnail would be
Yeah,
royal
just
flush
wait.
at the main.
140.
We'll fire here, 140,000.
After considering all my options,
This
and
might be the
calculating
worst
how much
map
is in the middle,
rotation.
I go with exactly 2/3 of a pot-sized bet. The ace-high flop is good for my
Strong
range,
point's pretty
and our
buns
actual hand is a
with the new
monster. We
skybox.
saw our opponent fold top
Bro,
pair
I'm
to us
clicking,
in a similar
I
situation to start the
I
day.
swear to God, I'm
Aishan
clicking
isn't
way
gonna be folding
before
top pair
that.
now, though. He has a much larger stack. If you want to see at least one more
focus up here, Jay.
He calls with 1 player behind him. The button doesn't have a ton going for him. With the
Ooh.
second pair, no backdoor draws. He folds. It's down to heads up. I haven't hit many big hands since day 2, but I scrapped and clawed my way to day 5. I'd love to get there immediately in this instance, then have a stress-free river. The turn improves our hand, but not quite the way that we hoped.
Turn is the queen of diamonds.
Oh, mama.
So the pair accompanies the royal flush draw, while Aishan adds the ace-high flush draw to his hand.
Why not? Let's just make things wild.
490K in the pot. Owen 620 behind.
We've got a little over a pot-sized bet remaining in our stack. We have a monster draw to go along with our pair.
Bruh,
Though we
it
don't
wouldn't let
improve
me
to the
move.
nuts, it's a terrific card for
I
our
was
range.
stuck in an
We have
attack
removal to the nuts
animation.
with our king,
I'm
making
so
it
fucked.
less likely that the opponent has a straight. We also have removal to the queen, making it less likely that the opponent has ace-queen. There aren't any queen-10 combos that I'd anticipate the opponent having, since he would have folded
so
queen-10 of clubs and spades to our flop bet.
No
The
HP
opponent likely
for
would have 3-bet
heals.
ace-queen or ace-king pre-flop,
Tag.
and probably would have re-raised us on the flop with 2 pair or better at that point to protect his equity against 2 opponents. It feels a lot like the cutoff has some sort of top pair combo like ace-jack or ace-9
We stay
suited
till we die
down
or
to
kill him.
ace-6 suited. Those hands, especially if they have clubs or spades, are going to fold to continued
Come on.
aggression. I don't want to check to put myself in an awkward position if we face a bet or a shove, and we'd be getting nearly 2-1 with just about enough equity to call off. I'd rather be the aggressor to force my opponent to make tough decisions when I think that we can induce a lot of folds with maximum pressure. I'm about to risk my tournament life with a backup plan of getting there.
this strong of a draw. He just rips it.
Owen jams. Isham would be about a 2-to-1 favorite if he puts the chips in the middle, which he does, and here we go. 1.7 million in the middle. 15 outs for Brad Owen. You see them on the top of your screen.
This is it. We're all in with over 1.7 million in the middle and tons of outs. It's unfortunate that the cutoff picked up a flush draw on the turn because we would have gotten him to snap fold if any other queen came out. As is, we're gonna need to improve. It's been 5 days of grinding and over 20 years of playing poker that's led up to this point in one of the biggest moments in my poker career. My main event fate is coming down to the river card.
Another
This being the
60
last
drop
hand
of
the level,
seeds.
We're going to be leaving
Holy
the stage
shit.
regardless
I
of
mean,
the
fuck
outcome.
it, we'll take 'em.
I pack up my things in order to try to generate a little bit of extra run good if I have any remaining left in the tank. The backpack comes on, the mic comes off. If I bust, I don't want to have to be there any longer than I have to be. But there's nothing I'd like more than having to put the mic back on. The pot is worth almost $300,000 worth of buy-ins, but it won't be pushed towards us.
It's a 10. And with that, Brad Owen's day is done at the World Series of Poker main event.
Oh. Man, I can tell he's frustrated with the walk-off.
It's painful at the end.
Couldn't get the fold. Couldn't get there.
On a blank, I would have been
We lost
in really
him.
big trouble.
We hear Aishan say that he would have been in trouble if the turn was a blank. Instead, it gets me into trouble, and I'm the one who ends up losing to a
Just
flush.
like that, we go fucking
Overall, I'm happy with how I
from
played.
struggling to have seeds
seeds
to
It's great
150
to have made
of
it
these
so far,
cocksuckers
but always a
again.
little disappointing
I
not
mean,
to run
fuck it.
slightly deeper, not
Let's
to get a
check out the
six-figure
drop
score,
table.
and not to make
Got
a major final table.
265 Lanty
Wow,
seeds
that
from
was a
these
cool
guys.
experience playing on the main stage and poker's biggest event. I finally
That's
accomplished
fucking
something that's been
wild.
on my bucket list.
That's fucking wild. Alright, let's check out. We gotta get something here to watch. You know what? I'm gonna put on a movie. Pretty Much Famous? Dude, there's no pretty muches about it. I am fucking famous, dude. I am fucking famous. I'm a hometown hero, bud. When does it come out? August 26th? Comes it today? Oh, I closed it. The Last Ronin, yeah, this shit's so gas, dude. They're making a live action Last Ronin, and it's supposed to be like from the a continuation of like the '90s movies. I'm fucking hyped for that, brother. Hyped. How many Hespori kills do I have? I have 13 Hespori kills, dude. No bucket. I should have ripped the token between intermissions there. Yo, chat, I haven't bit my nails in over a month, boys. 2 months now, actually. They're getting so long. I haven't had nails this long in my entire life. Brother. This fucking mouse has a bunch of weed stuck in it because I was grinding up my weed there. Congratulations on the dub ski. Here's Mr. Duck. The one fucking bag I didn't smoke. It was mold, so I'm just not smoking that shit. But the other bag is good. Oh yeah. Is Rocky downstairs? Yes, sir. He came upstairs earlier and mitched a couple pieces of steak off me and then fucked off. Bro. This fucking mouse is like toast. Man, I can't wait for this week to be over with, man. Fuck work. Work is like the biggest fucking sham in the like our lives, boys. Bigger scam than insurance, bigger scam than fucking anything, bro. Are you thinking of quitting in October? I just got a raise today. $1.20 raise. I might stick it out till November. And then quit at the end of November. Beginning of December. That way I'll have some money in the bank after paying off my debt. I mean, my job's just fucking common sense, bud. Anyone can do it. Well, I mean, not anyone. I've seen a bunch of people come and go already. But, like, it's literally just common sense. You have to be fucking dumb not to be able to do it. But there are people that show up and don't know how to do it, so it's just like, damn. Could a monkey do it? Fuck yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. A duck could do it. Oh. Gotcha. Room plate skirt. I'll take a mill. Is that African guy still there? Yeah, actually, I was surprised. I was surprised. Yeah, man, I was, you talking about the guy that this randomly one day was like, yeah, I want to go home. Like that guy, right? He's still there. He was there today. He was there today. I was off for the vacation. He came up to me and he gave me a dap and he's like, Jackie boy, what's good? He dapped me up and I was like, yo, what the fuck's up, Omar? And my boy Omar, man. There you go. To cook it, you should cook him a steak. You know what's funny? My dad won't even eat a steak anyone else cooks now. He's just like, Jack, you gotta cook it. You just got that shit down so pat. My dad used to eat steaks, like, well done. And then I started cooking them steaks. Now I eat some, like, medium rare. I'm not even trolling. You like medium rare, medium? I like medium rare or blue rare. But I won't cook people blue rare steak because most people get grossed out by that. I usually cook it medium rare for people. And that shit's just squirting out juices and shit. Melting in your mouth. My fucking steaks, bro, you can usually just cut with a spoon. My favorite thing to do is fucking smoke them. Throw it on the smoker, low and slow. Hit 120 internal. Take it off. Lots of beef tallow. Basically fry that bitch real quick for like a minute or two on each side. Get that crust. Mmm. I just accidentally ate a fucking piece of Parambuan when I didn't need to. Blu-ray is still moving? Nah, man. I love that shit, bro. Don't ever get sick. Get sick? What are you talking about? Not a chance, dude. If you get good quality beef, you'll never get sick. Is there steak? Oh, yeah. It's meat. Fuck, we're talking about steak and now I want to go cook that other steak, man. Homie's like, I should have stayed in law school. After this kill, I'm gonna rip a toke and go get some Skittles. I bought them earlier just for this purpose. I knew I'd get the fucking munchies later in the night. I went too early, yeah. No. Hmm? Fuck me. Raw sharks. That's alright. Alright, I'm gonna go grab my Skittles and then fucking rip the Togeski. We rip the toke, eat some Skittles. Life's good. Ooh. Cheers. Smoke detector's good. Door's closed. Good looks, good looks. Good looking out with Dog Duck here, the G. on. Come on, movie. Don't do this to me. You're getting good. You were just starting to get good. There we go. Oops. When you ran our seeds? Fuck, I'll take them. Take them. I will fucking take them. You know, it'd be cool, the pet or the fucking. A quiet night tonight? Yeah. Has been a quiet night. I was gonna be playing. Chilling, not really. I was gonna be playing fucking Battlefield with J-Ski, but that shit was just rigged. Rigged against me. Bro. I didn't play the beta at all. Hmm. I agree with you, Thug Duck. Battlefield Bad Company 2 is like my favorite. And then like Battlefield 4. And Battlefield 1. And then like probably Battlefield 3. You're like 10 years old. Damn. You're like 10. That's crazy. Oh no, what a time, what timing. It pauses right on the punch? Like, what kind of bullshit is that? There we go. The fighter jets were dope. I like Battlefield 3, man. That was such a good game. Like, fuck. I remember playing on my PlayStation and I was just like a little ass kid myself. And all these grown ass men are sitting there yelling at me that I suck and shit like that. And I don't even really know what I'm doing. I'm just walking around and fucking hopping in tanks. Dying right on. Helicopters and jets, yeah. I like the tanks. I'd be going Battlefield 1. That's your answer as well? Yep. Battlefield 1 was phenomenal. I love the game mode that was like war or whatever in that, and you like went from section to section to section, and it's like a long ass game. Yeah, for real. Yeah, I love the horseback riding in that game. That shit was fun. And when the game, like when the game first came out, you just run around like knifing people and shit. With that big running charge with the bayonet. And, like the different sandstorms and shit that would come and stuff like that. Change the map. I thought that was pretty nice. Like, well implemented. Yo, facts. Cock sucking motherfucker, bro. Motherfucker. Bro, these hiccups are killing me, man. Another microtransactions everywhere. Yup, I'm just waiting for him to infect Battlefield 6. Like, they'll definitely be in there. I like Black Ops 2 when you had like $1 per skin, and you could like just choose what skin you wanted. There was no packs, and it was just like $1 per skin, whatever skin you want. That shows gas. Ooh. Yeah. The newer OSRS, like the new, was it RuneScape 3 sucks, in my opinion. RS3 sucks. Nope. Not a chance. Not the same game. Not a chance. Ugh. Okay, I'm getting one more KC for the night. One more kill. Do you think when Apex first released it was better than how to... Oh yeah, way better. There was less legends. There was less legends, which meant that there was less ability spam. The game was more reliant on positioning and actual like gun skill. Now you can get out of a situation just because your abilities so easily. Like, no, little misclickage. 40k XP. Not bad. The Hueycoatl is always good strength XP. You can't deny that. Model. Oh, I went way too early. I don't know why. Could have got another hit. Come on, motherfucker, come on. Oh. No. We got this in the bag. Easy peasy. Soiled page 80. Alright. I hope y'all have a good night. Appreciate y'all chilling. Catch y'all on the flip. Peace out.